Welcome to the hangar, folks. We'll be starting in just a couple minutes. Do want to give a shout out to the Mortensons. Thank you for being here. And, well, we still got a couple minutes. Hit the beer garden, hit the merch booth over there, and we'll be starting in just a couple minutes.
Derby Days, a boot camp of innovative offensive strategies. Defensive techniques that facilitate that aggressive offense.
Get the net, get the net. That one that jump. Yeah, that's a good one. Dang top cake doing it right there. I put it all right there. There you go. Yeah, we can fit in there. That one.
In 1984, we set out to change the world and got thirsty. And that's when the revolution began. Where we come from, beer isn't just a beverage, it's a way of life. A strange, alternative, offbeat life. Whether we're decorating the streets with naked bodies or tiny horses, we've always done things our way, with a beer in hand and our inhibitions behind us. And that's what makes this place great. It's how we've crafted amazing, groundbreaking beers using only the freshest, local ingredients for over 30 years. From our original IPA to our fan favorite Kingpin Double Red Ale, we've always brewed with the boisterous citizens of our fair city in mind. And you can bet we won't stop pumping out these glorious golden suds until the clouds open up and the sun shines down. Which is never. Bridgeport Brewing, where the revolution began.
Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right?
Derby Days, a boot camp of innovative offensive strategies. Defensive techniques that facilitate that aggressive offense. Jammer skills that can best the toughest of walls. All from the world's best derby athletes. Open to and inclusive of all genders. New this year, we're welcoming JRDA Level 3 skaters. Content tailored to all levels from rookie to advanced. Don't forget to send your coaches to learn world-class derby strategy and drills. More info at rosecityrollers.com/derbydays.
These 2 teams are about to play to you, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it up. Puns, who do you got?
From the City of Angels, the City of Stars, the Hollywood Scarlets. 1352, Block Lobster. Number 2, Wanna Tease. 215, Boo Gogi. Number 28 is Death Down Under. Number 3, Soledad. 39 is Crack Her Jack. 422, low. 507, Rachel Rotten. 512, Pearl Jam. 521, Fisher. 65, Volcanic Smash. 88, Tui Lion. 94, Octane Jane. 98 is Mally. Last but not least, number 99, West. Put your hands together for Angel City's Hollywood Scarlets.
All right, Derby fan, it is my honor to bring to you the Gotham Girls Roller Derby All-Stars. Wearing 010, Giles. 1680, Daryl. Number 17, Fast and Loose. 1706, Miss T. Maven. Number 1978, Space Invader. Number 213, Sport Chop. Wearing number 23, Livy Smalls. Number 314, Caffeine. Number 32, Cork Rebel. Wearing number 4, Violet Knockout. Number 41, Roxy Dallas. Number 4500, Bonita Applebaum. Number 56, Kate Sarah. Number 68, Sarah McKinney. And last but definitely not least, number 911, Annie Emergency. Let's give it up for Gotham Girls Roller Derby.
Well, welcome, folks. My name is The King. I'm here with Heads Will Roll. We are about to get day 3 of the Hometown Throwdown coming directly to you via the interwebs. And, of course, Gotham is out there taking on Angel City.
That's right, King. Exciting matchup. We are recovering from last night's
Oh,
games.
man.
And looking forward to today's matchup. Game 1, as you mentioned, Angel City versus Gotham. Game 2, Crime versus Rose.
Yeah, let's just talk about last night real quick before this whistle blows.
I'm not ready.
I don't know. Now, we expected that to be one of the better matchups of the weekend with, both Crime and Angel taking on each other, and Rogue and Gotham. And both of those games were absolutely nail-biters and incredible.
And we'll talk a little bit back about that in the next lineup. Pearl Jam jamming for Angel City. Misty Maven starting this game off for Gotham. Misty able to get through and is lead.
And Pearl Jam went ahead and whipped off that cap, still looking for Tui Lion. Tui Lion was back there for a second and then came back up and joined her squad to try and shut down Misty Maven.
The last Angel City game, we were talking about Tui's ability to put the helmet cover on during those passes. So something for the crowd to watch for this game.
Soledad did pick up a direction of play penalty, and unfortunately Soledad was the person on Misty Maven. They weren't able to get another body on, so 5 points being put up on that pass.
And there is that Angel City star pass.
Tui Lion with the star. Loving it. Misty Maven back around, already has 10 points in this jam for her team. Nice knockout in turn number 2. This jam comes to an end. No points put up for Angel City. They're going to confer, though.
Score sitting at 10-0 in favor of Gotham. King, we were talking last night. Gotham had the lead all the way up, 30 points up going into halftime. Rose coming back, 89 points in that second half, tying it up, only to get lead at that final call-up. It was amazing.
A couple seconds left in the game is when they finally took that lead, and I think everybody in this building took a collective sigh and scream all at the same time. Giles out there going up against Rachel Rodden. Rachel Rodden getting knocked out of bounds on the inside line of turn 1.
And we've seen Rachel actually starting with a star all weekend.
Something new.
Something new,
Yeah.
right? We normally see them as a pivot. Darby Dagger not here this weekend, so Rachel filling in and doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with her play all weekend long. Roxy Dallas knocking out Rachel Rodden in turn number 2 and dragging it back to the straightaway between pivot and jam line.
And I want to give a shout out to the Rotten parents are actually sitting over in turn 2, have been here all weekend.
I love that, the Rotten parents.
Rotten parents.
All right, and with that, Giles out of the penalty box after serving that penalty and out. Not your lead jammer, though.
Soledad trying to plead their case to the OPR, not getting the call they wanted.
That was a pretty heavy takedown. I don't see the penalty. I mean, this is roller derby, and you do get hit. I think she was looking for possibly a forearm there. Rachel Rodden still gets a little bit of help, but unfortunately is on the deck in turn 1, still trying to fight out of that pack. Oh, nice push out by Fisher, taking Giles back.
And we've seen Gotham style all weekend, kind of that braced wall when need be, and then breaking off and kind of doing some 2-on-2.
You know, we've given a whole lot of love to Soledad and Tui Lyon throughout this weekend with all the commentary because they played extremely hard. Fisher's one of those players, kind of silent but deadly. She has had a really good weekend also and is kind of intricate in those lineups to holding everything down and really, good heads-up, smart play.
Yeah, we are used to those names, like you said, the Soledad Tui Lions,
Yeah.
Octane Jane,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The names that have been associated with Angel City for so long. But those up-and-coming skaters that we're seeing in this charter are just amazing this weekend and showing off that they are the future of Angel City.
Yes, indeed. Well, with that, Miss T. Maven is out there and is your lead jammer just like that.
And Gotham is going to lose fast and loose to the box on a back block.
West is making her way back around after getting out on her initial pass. Jam is called off. No points put up yet for Angel City after Jam 3. Gotham has 22 points, but we still got 25 minutes of derby left in this first half, so we're just getting warmed up.
King, a few fun facts about both Gotham and Angel City. So Gotham coming into this weekend, 3-1, 4 games so far this season. Back in May, won against Jacksonville. And then once again against Tampa. And we have, is that Crackerjack as your lead jammer.
Kate Sarasara getting knocked out on the inside line and getting drugged back. Is going to have to start again. Oh, nice wall work. Very good recycling done by Angel City. They're continuously putting a body in front until they actually form up that wall, and that wall is looking just strong as strong can get. Crackerjack just battling right into the back of that wall from Gotham, trying to find purchase and get through. Well, you had just mentioned it, violent knockout, knocking out Crackerjack on the inside line.
Yeah, that Roxy knockout, Benita Applebottom 3-wall, Applebottom, not one I want to go up against.
Oh, yeah. I don't think any of us want to go up against any of these walls. When you get to this kind of level of play, you look at some of those defenders out there and you're like, no.
This is where I skate opposite derby direction, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Gotham 3-1, back in May, winning against Jacksonville and Tampa, going into hometown throwdown. They won versus Crime, lost last night versus Rose. They are now playing Angel City. Of course, they are ranked number 3 in their WFTDA rankings, and so far currently hold that bye to champ. So
Pearl Jam is out there with a star on her helmet for Angel City. Space Invaders out there. First time so far in this game for Gotham. Wow, everybody's been clustered up on that inside line. And with that, Pearl Jam is out of the pack. Oh, and they're going to give her the cut track. I thought it was just going to be a no pass, no penalty, but the angle is much better for the ref, and they do call it as a cut.
yeah, the OPR given that no pass, no penalty signal on the outside, but that call actually coming from ump in the inside. So.
Yep. And with that, Space Invaders is out on her initial pass and is your lead jammer.
Soledad heading to the box on a forearm penalty.
That'll be the second for Soledad. Oh, nice toe stop work on the outside line. Oh, I take it back though. That is going to be a revert. Now Pearl Jam is going to get the power jam. Wow, too many jam words in there that I struggled to get that one out.
Space Invaders sitting there on that track cut.
All right, Pearl Jam does have cap in hand and is looking to get out. Tried to take that inside line, but was that Fast and Furious? Fast and Loose, excuse me, with a nice knockout.
And King, we've seen several penalties. We're in Jam 5, each team sitting with 4 penalties apiece. So not too bad at this point, but definitely can be an issue down the line.
5 points picked up by Space Invader, who had some crazy leg work on the outside to get out.
And Pearl Jam heading back to the box. And it looks like Mike Hammer pulling Pearl Jam back off, rescinding that penalty. That would have been the second for Pearl Jam.
Well, it's a lucky break for Pearl Jam in that case.
So Angel sitting number 6, right? Big O, they were 1-2, won versus Montreal, lost versus Victoria and Denver. They're going into hometown Throwdown 3-2 for the season. They won versus Bad and Texas at Tinseltown, and this weekend have had 1 win, 1 loss. Lost to Rose, one against Crime.
Giles down there going up against Rachel Rodden in this matchup of jammers. Giles up front, but she's got all 4 blockers for Hollywood Scarlets on her right now. And a forearm's going to be whistled out there. That is going to go against Octane Jane. Fisher also picking up a direction of play, and just like that, 2 skaters getting pulled out of that pack for the Scarlets. Oh, make that 3. That's going to be Volcanic Smash now headed to the penalty box.
And King, we see this from time to time with Angel City, those waterfall penalties. They'll go clean for several silver jams, and then you'll get that block of rotation, 2-3 penalties simultaneously.
5 more points put on the board by Giles, who's up to 10 so far in this jam and looking for more. Ooh, nice hit out. That is going to be on Wanatees, taking out Giles. Rachel Rodden really struggling to get through that Gotham wall. And, you know, that's been Gotham's MO for years. And all weekend long, they've been showing that defensive strength that they bring in and day out. I've said it, I think, every night so far that I've had to watch them. They play a full 60 minutes, full speed, and you have to be ready for it when you get here.
And that veteran 3-roll there with Rachel Rodden.
It's the kind of walls that make you hate life. Oh, Roxy Dallas picking up a direction of play penalty. Was going to have a seat in the Bud Light penalty box. I'd also like to give a big old shout out to OHSU Sports Medicine. They're proud to be the official medical care team of the Rose City Rollers.
Thank you, OHSU.
Yes, indeed.
Score sitting at 46-5. in favor of Gotham. West on the line for Angel City. We have an official timeout. Looks like Darth Bling going over to talk to the Angel City bench. And here at Rose City Rollers, our official timeouts are taco timeouts, King.
Yes, they are. Brought to you by Porque No, delicious tacos. And if you are ever in town and want to get your grub on, that's definitely the place to go. Well, as we sit here right now, there is a slight the Hollywood Scarlets have a few more penalties than Gotham so far in this game. Right now, the Hollywood Scarlets are sitting at 7, and actually, with Roxy Dallas sitting in the penalty box, Gotham is sitting at 5.
And we saw the 3 blockers in the last jam, that kind of waterfall penalty. This official timeout looks like we have a little bit of conversation going on surrounding the penalty box. Want to make sure everything is good and all the penalties have been assessed and served and all that good stuff. So let's talk a little bit about playoffs. I talked about that bye that Gotham and Rose have 2 champs. Playoffs coming up soonish. I get very excited. Through August and September, the International WFTDA playoffs brings the top teams ranked 4 through 28 in the WFTDA together for 2 fiercely competitive tournaments. The teams ranked 1 through 4 get a bye directly to champs. Each playoff event features a 12-team bracket with the top 3 teams from each tournament advancing to the 2018 International WFTDA Championship in New Orleans, November 9th through 11th.
Well, West is going to be out there for Angel City with a star on helmet. Misty Maven out there for Gotham. West already up almost to the pivot line, doing a great job working on that wall. Pushing. No pack is called. There is going to be a whistle, and that is going to go against Fast and Loose.
Yeah, that block just right there after that out of play warning.
Oh, and with that, Misty Maven finally out on initial pass. Four points being put on the board for Angel City. Those were definitely needed. They had been stalling just a little bit long, and they needed to get their motors running. I'd also like to give a big shout out to Bridgeport Brewing. Drink Bridgeport Brewing because it's delicious, and they support roller derby.
They do?
They do.
One of our Rose City home teams in the Bridgeport commercial.
Yes, they are. They also have a Rosé IPA, which is absolutely knockdown delicious.
Yeah, I'm not a huge IPA fan, but that Bridgeport Rosé IPA, amazing.
Yeah.
Also amazing, Cracker Jack's footwork out and lead.
Kate Sarasa struggling right now with the wall from Angel City, but as I say that, a little hop and skip and a jump on that inside line through the corner 1, out on initial.
I know the skaters don't hear us, but it's always that like the announcer. Like,
yeah.
oh, they're struggling, and the most amazing
What did you say about me? I'm not stuck in this pack. I'm out of here. Through with you people. Tell me I'm stuck.
You're taking a second to talk about We Believe and the UN Women's One Leads to Another program. Through our international giving program to support global change, We Believe the WFTDA is raising $15,000 for the UN Women's One Win Leads to Another program, which uses sports to develop leadership and economic skills in young women and girls. For more information about We Believe and the WFTDA's partnership with the UN Women at WFTDA.com/donate.
Pearl Jam out there, Giles out there. They're your jammers in this jam. Pearl Jam all the way up into the turn, and they're doing so far, I should say Gotham doing so far, a fantastic job holding down and just digging in, not letting her get anywhere. Pearl Jam is deadly when she's got speed, but it looks like when she's got to press ahead, she's just absolutely wedged in there. Oh, Tui Lyon literally sparring with Giles there. Finally, Giles out on the inside and is your lead jammer. Roxy Dallas got done serving that penalty, came in and made a difference with Pearl Jam.
And as you mentioned, one-on-one, Pearl Jam easily able to use the footwork, hit their way through the pack.
Giles back in turn number 3. Got in there. I was going to say may have gotten a point before she called that jam off, and she did, bringing their lead up to, or I should say their score up to 53. And that's going to make a lead of 44?
Yes.
44. Yeah, math is pretty good today. On a Sunday even.
Sunday mathin'. And Angel City coaches Abe Drinkin and Charmer in the middle having a little chat with Mike Hammer.
Once again, Space Invader out there going up against Block Lobster.
Any skater that uses a B-52 reference is okay in my books.
Yes, indeed. Space Invader really struggling against that line, but using those long legs and strength to push that wall forward. Oh, they're just giving that 4-wall a nice once-over. Tui Lion knocking out Space Invader, taking Space Invader back to the middle between Jammer and Pivot.
Space Invader, another one of those skaters that kind of going into this weekend, those of us who are here are like, no, this is not a name I recognize as much. Very, very impressive this weekend. Fantastic footwork and just track awareness.
Well, little folks got their wheels tied up down there. Tui Lion, Low Betancourt both going down, but once again, the 2-wall makes it happen. Block Lobster is out first as your lead jammer. Oh, man. Block Lobster came in, and there's a pile up. Oh, and a back block is called. Wasn't quite sure if they were going to call it, but you almost can't at that point because it was pretty square, knocking folks down.
And that little spin move from Space Invader past that last defender.
And there's going to be another penalty called that is going to go up against Benita Applebottom. I believe it was for a hitting out of play. What it kind of looked like in judging by the angle and way it was hit. Space Invaders picking up 5 points on that pass. Could not get back in there before the time ran out. But that's also going to leave a jammer standing in the box for Angel City.
We want to thank Killer Burger, 5 minutes away from our venue. Great burgers, bottomless fries. Thank you, Killer Burger.
And with that, my stomach just rumbled a little bit.
Oh, their peanut butter and oh yeah.
So good. You know, and who would have thought? Peanut butter on a burger? Are you kidding me? It doesn't sound right, does it? No, but it's delicious. I got distracted there. See? Misty Maven is on your track. She was briefly in a power jam. Block Lobster finally served time and is back out there trying to fight through.
Angel City's defense. We're going to just trap Misty's leg.
I've never seen that ever before in my life. Literally, between two hips and booty, there was a trap skate.
Well, in last night's game, we had the 2 skates that got joined together by shoelace on 2 occasions in one jam.
In one jam.
Bringing you new and exciting things. Hometown Throwdown 2018.
Well, Tui Lions out there all by lonesome. And she got this cap pass. Loving it. Yeah, Soledad just got rocked back on her skates after serving time in the penalty box. Still, there's 2 players. That was a little festival of whistles out there. Unfortunately, going against Angel City, they had, I think, everybody but Tui Lion go to the penalty box in that last jam.
Yeah, it's those jams. You'll get 2-3 blockers in the box.
And it looked really good. It was a very tight setup. Everybody was doing a great job. And then all of a sudden it was like, tweet, tweet, tweet.
Angel City going to take a timeout, calm it down, regroup.
Yeah.
Champs. Talked about champs in New Orleans, Louisiana, November 9th through 11th. So after more than a decade of pushing athleticism and competition to new heights, the 2018 International WFGDA Championships will bring the most talented, highly trained skaters and preeminent teams in the women's flat track roller derby together to fight for first place. Only the best have made it this far, and only the greatest will succeed. Will you be there? Join us in New Orleans November 9th through 11th as the top teams battle it out.
Well, I said there was 2 blockers in there for Angel City. I take that back. There is 3. Soledad now having a seat, and that's going to put 2 blockers standing. Tui Lyon out there all by herself against all them New York players.
Oh. We have that high block on Giles. Yeah.
Yep, I was going to.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh?
What? Something? I don't know if Duncan and Bling are on the same page here, but there may be a penalty. There may be something else. I think at this point it's something else.
I think we saw that initial.
Tui Lyon now getting a out of play call. Forearm penalty is going to go against Roxy Dallas. That's going to be the 3rd penalty on her.
And we've seen Roxy throughout the weekend pick up several penalties in the first half and then have a very, very clean second.
And Soledad did a great job knocking out and dragging back Giles. Once she came back in, she did manage to maneuver around all the skaters out there to get through, picking up 5 points. Giles does come in, looks at the ref, picks up 3 points, and says, I'm good. So Gotham now sitting at 80 points, Angel City sitting at 10.
And
yeah,
as you can imagine, refs having a little powwow. Angel City coaches and Captain Tui Lyons kind of hanging around, probably wanting to discuss that call, no call situation right at the beginning of the jam.
Yeah, the refs are going to definitely take that official timeout real quick. It is a good timeout because there was a conflicting information on the track.
Right.
And it's a good opportunity to sort that information out and make sure that you've got everything assessed the way it should be.
And the big thing is, right, so we have 4 refs in the middle. Mm-hmm. You have your jam ref specifically watching their jammer and watching that action. So Kieran not calling the penalty as he had the most straight-on view of the things. You know, ref from another angle seeing things just at a different angle. Us up here seeing things, folks at home. So we trust that the refs had a good chat, and we are back to gameplay.
Wow, that was a beautiful hit by Sarah Mekami, knocking out the jammer and dragging her back. Jammer is, by the way, Rachel Rodden, and Kate Sarasara also out there for New York. Kate Sarasara working around in turn 1, kind of sandwiched in there. Kind of looks like a reverse Oreo with all that white holding the black in the middle. Direction of play being called. That's going to send number 94, Octane Jane, to the penalty box.
And a forearm on Gotham. Keep wanting to use derby names. I keep wanting to say Slady to the box.
Well, Rachel Rodden getting absolutely squished there in turn 1.
And another leg caught in the 3 wall.
I've never seen that before. I really haven't. How long have we been doing this? I've never seen a leg caught between 2 hips like that.
It just goes to show you the Angel City defense leaves no room to get through.
I mean, that's like watertight right there. All right, Kate Sarasara jumping through, picking up 4 points, bringing a total to 9 in that jam. Gotham now 79 points up. I would like to give a big shout out to Tonkin, largest selection of new and used automobiles in the Pacific Northwest, and they're only a click away at Tonkin.com.
We're going to see an update to the 2019 rule set, King. No leg traps.
Leg traps. Oh, my goodness. Just when you think you've seen it all. Space Invaders down the line. Pearl Jam's out there, too. Space Invaders really struggling to try and get past, but she is using, once again, that strength and long legs to get around. Manages to come out on the other side of the pivot line as your lead jammer.
And in the back of the pack, we have that Applebaum, Roxy, knockout trio.
Well, Pearl Jam found a way through, almost got away, but Benita Applebaum is there to greet her. Space Invaders getting out and has picked up 5 points on that pass. There's going to be a high block called that is going to go against Violent Knockout. Well, this time Angel City's got their feet set. They have got Space Invaders locked in there. No pack is called. Pearl Jam is finally free to roam.
The spin move. Space Invader looking back, seeing Pearl Jam, going ahead and giving the call.
Yep, 3 points picked up on that last pass, giving a grand total of 8.
Score sitting at 97 in favor of Gotham. Angel City with 10 on the board.
I'd like to give a big thanks to Two Town Cider. Damn fine cider made right here in the Pacific Northwest. That's Two Town Cider.
So delicious.
Misty Maven out there going up against West for Angel City. Oh, man! West went down and pile up on top of her on the outside.
Meanwhile, in the front, Misty Maven doing that side-to-side action. We see her checking every angle. Coming up against that wall of low Betancourt. Octane Jane.
West absolutely stuck. Gotham really looking strong back there. They just keep going side to side, move forward just a little bit. West unable to seem to even get to the pivot line at this point. Low Betancourt getting a forearm call. He's going to go have a seat in the penalty box.
55 seconds till lead was established. Amazing job by both teams' defense.
Well, that's kind of been the theme of this weekend. I mean, defense, and a little bit more defense. This jam does come to an end. I mean, if you look at the Gotham game last night, it was almost every jam until you got about halfway through the second half. Almost every jam was like a single-digit scoring pass, and then they would call it. And so that it was such a low-scoring game, and then out of nowhere you had like one of these 19-13 jams, and then you had Bonnie Thunders come out and do a 20-point jam, and I mean that's how they really got back in that game. But it was just a defensive struggle almost that entire game.
Yeah, I think Rose changing up their jammer rotation a little bit in that second half helped a bit.
Giles out there doing a great job going up against Crackerjack. Found an opening on the outside. Low Betancourt knocking out Giles and taking him back to the pivot line.
And Soledad heading off the track on a multiplayer.
Oh, that's going to be 4 on Soledad. That might play a part a little bit later in this game.
Soledad, another one of those skaters that we'll see will pick up 4, maybe 5 in the first half, come out the second half, and play completely clean, not pick one up.
Nice defense right now being laid down. Two-way line is your brace for Angel City. Giles stuck, going nowhere. You mentioned the defense here just a few seconds ago. Well, a minute has already ticked off this clock and then some, and we haven't even gone past turn 2. We're going nowhere. Oh, look at that. See, once again, announcer curse. I had to say something. Finally, Crackerjack comes out the other side looking exhausted, like, wow, what just happened?
Angel City bench signaling to run it. Skaters going, nah, it's too hot. We're good.
Oh, 1 point picked up for Angel City, 2 points picked up for Gotham in that pass. I want to thank Deb Counts Tabor. Moving to Portland? Well, hey, let Deb at welcometopdx.com help you find a home. Hey, you know what else? Voodoo Donuts. The magic is in the hole and proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers and the Wheels of Justice.
Yeah, this weekend we've been lucky enough to have special Voodoo Donuts decorated in the Woj logo.
Where are they?
They were at the merch booth, kid.
See, that's what happens when I'm in the mezzanine the whole dang time. Oh, my goodness. Rachel Rodden with a huge hard hit on the outside, jumps right back up. You know, if I took a hit like that, I'd still probably be laying there.
Yeah, I'm done. It's time to go.
Yeah. Somebody come pick me up because I'm not getting up on my own. Kate Sarasara getting knocked down on the inside line, gets back. She's right back up, trying to fight through at the top of that apex. Low Betancourt and Tui Lyon right now locking Kate Sarasara in. Oh, my.
In the front of the pack. I am always impressed with Gotham, just how low they will end up going. That whole pack in the front almost at their knees.
Right. And here we are again. Finally with a lead jammer, and it took 1 minute and 5 seconds to actually get somebody out of the pack. Kate Sarasara getting dragged back by Tui Lyon, and they are going to have to start again trying to get their jammer out of turn 1.
We have a track cut on Sport Chop.
They're going to put 2 blockers down for Gotham and make it hopefully a little bit easier for Rachel Rodden.
Rachel picking up 4.
Well, Rachel Rodden comes in. Wow, Soledad with a beautiful smackdown. You know, Soledad's a little bit passionate when they play, aren't they?
This is such a heads-up, smart blocker.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of intensity, a lot of passion, and just the pure skill behind it all.
All right, 13 points put on the board for Angel City. Most points they've scored in a jam so far, and it comes to you as we roll into halftime. Right now we've got a score of 105-24.
And that's exactly what Angel City needed going into this half, right?
Signs of life.
Signs of life, doubling their score.
Getting them back on the board. All right, well, folks, we're going to give you a quick breather. Go get yourself something to drink, throw some steaks on the barbecue, and settle down because we've got a full day of Derby coming right at you.
Derby Days, a boot camp of innovative offensive strategies. Defensive techniques that facilitate that aggressive offense. Jammer skills that can best the toughest of walls. All from the world's best Derby athletes. Open to and inclusive of all genders. New this year, we're welcoming JRDA Level 3 skaters. Content tailored to all levels from rookie to advanced. Don't forget to send your coaches to learn world-class Derby strategy and drills. More info at rosecityrollers.com/derbydays. Derby Days, a boot camp of innovative offensive strategies. Defensive techniques that facilitate that aggressive offense. Jammer skills that can best the toughest of walls. All from the world's best Derby athletes. Open to and inclusive of all genders. New this year, we're welcoming JRDA Level 3 skaters. Content tailored to all levels from rookie to advanced. Don't forget to send your coaches to learn world-class Derby strategy and drills. More info at rosecityrollers.com/derbydays.
All right, we're heading back into this second half between Gotham and Angel City. Right now, Gotham sitting at 105 to 24. Angel City having their biggest jam so far in the game in that last jam. Some penalty things we need to take a look at. Soledad right now sitting on 4. That's going to be big if if scoring have a second half like that. As in for Gotham, the two highest penalized skaters are both sitting on 3. Violent Knockout with 3 and Roxy Dallas with 3. Also, two very important folks to the defensive lineups for that team.
And it looks like fairly even in jammer penalties. Space Invader, Giles each with 1, and then Pearl Jam sitting on 1 as well.
Rachel Rodden is in the game. Misty Maven is the cohort with Star on helmet for Gotham. Misty Maven getting knocked out of bounds. Everybody's going backwards skate like it's Sunday at Oaks Park. Finally, Misty Maven getting back in. Everybody's trying to put a body on him. Rachel Rodden out. First time lead jam tonight for her.
And Misty Maven back there with that Soledad defense.
Nice big hit by Rachel Rodden taking down the defense, but they all ended up in a pig pile in turn number 4. So now they're out trying to struggle, and Rachel Rodden is now having a hard time getting through.
And Misty Maven kind of looking at where they stood up, making sure they were good to go.
Misty Maven's not even past really past the jammer line yet. Back block call is going to be on number 98. That's not who I thought it was going to be. That's Mally.
And we have Caffeine heading off the track on a destruction call.
4 points put on the board by Rachel Rodden. So living off that inertia that they had going into that halftime, it looks like they came out and scored 4 more quick points, bringing their total to 28. I want to thank Black Cat Plumbing, Portland's neighborhood plumbing company and proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers and the Wheels of Justice.
Yeah, King, Angel City having a really, really great coaching staff and being able to sit there at halftime, readjust their strategy based on the first half performance and have a very strong second half. So,
well, they're consistent. I mean, the coaching staff has been around there 4 years, 5 years, many years. The whole long time. I'm aging myself now, but yeah, they've been around since I can remember. So,
and a fantastic opportunity is for Cracker Jack as Giles goes to the box.
Cracker Jack has actually had a very good. A pretty good game for Angel City. Does bounce on those toe stomps around Roxy Dallas and is becoming your lead jammer. Wow, that was really weird. Angel City actually set up a wall right in the middle of the wall of Gotham. And then as soon as the jammer came in, they kind of exploded and pushed everybody out. And 4 points put on the board. They blow the whistle, and that is going to leave Gotham's jammer standing in the penalty box. We now have a score of 105-32. I like Angel City's what they're doing here.
Chipping away, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've seen, we saw Brace Wall's last three-ish seasons, right, that really kind of became the dominant style of defense. And I think now, like you said, King, we're seeing this kind of new, how do we get in there, how do we break it up, how do we not just let the jammer have to struggle and fight their way through that.
Yeah.
So it's been neat this weekend to see various ways that has manifested.
All right, Giles out of the penalty box, and the entire four-wall squad of Angel City is waiting, and they're doing a fine job locking it down. Wow. Speaking of locking it down, Gotham up front with Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam is like the struggle is real over there.
Fred OPR and Jamref both down on their knee guards, kind of watching the action.
Giles out first, and Giles now is your lead jammer. Oh, that was a giant hit coming off of Gotham skaters. Pearl Jam up, and down again. Beautiful job. Giles is now out picking up 5 points. Tui Lion getting the star pass.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got a diet pack out there for Gotham. They've only got 2 blockers on the track. Tui Lion comes in. Oh, no points. Fist in the air, waving it like, I expected it. Here comes the coaching staff. They're like, hey, where's those points? Come on now.
Gotham picking up another 4 on that last pass. 114-32. And we want to thank, who do we want to thank? Let's thank PDX Pipeline, longtime league sponsor of the Rose City Rollers. Thank you, PDX Pipeline.
Misty Maven out there on the track star on helmet. West also, oh man, that opening was so huge you could have drove a truck through it. Yeah. West ran to freedom with uncontested.
And Fisher actually doing a great job, turned themselves sideways, kind of brought that pack in, opening up that lane for West.
Well, West got kicked out of bounds, drugged back. She's now between the jammer and pivot line, trying to fight through all 4 of those blockers, and you know that's the tall order when it comes to Gotham. West trying to spin out of it, goes left to right, going back to the outside. There's a bot. It's actually, I just realized it's Misty Maven. Misty Maven is now defending against the jammer.
Yeah, West having that, and with the pack being so constrained, it's kind of like that Tetris, right? Everyone just keeps stacking up, and you see it get closer and closer to the top.
Oh, and a drag down. What is that? You're not going to call that? Maybe they might. Possibly. No, they didn't. Wow. It looked like somebody had held on and pulled someone down. I am not going to say anything further about it because there's a no call. West up front at the top of the apex, trying to struggle past that wall is just brutal.
It's like the worst game of Red Rover ever.
Ever. Yeah, go ahead, send them on over, see what happens. All right, 2 blockers down for Angel City. Finally, Misty Maven bouncing to freedom, picking up 4 points. I like that. Calls it off. 3 points picked up for Angel City, 1 picked up for Gotham. Okay. You were talking about like the defense and how defensive changed. You know, and there was like a little bit of surge, I think, last year with some things starting to change a little bit. But I think once we saw what Victoria did defensively, they kind of had like a zone defense. And now we're starting to see a lot more people try to adopt and throw different types of defenses at, different teams. What's going to work against them? And they try different things to see what's going to work, best and keep them guessing.
Yeah, I think, like you said, we saw for a while certain teams just wanting to use one style, right? We're just doing flat walls. Other teams, we just do braced walls.
Yeah.
And as teams kind of start picking apart both of those styles of defense, having to adapt.
Yep. Yeah, the 3-wall brace with the fourth player running to go play offense. That was really big, over the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And now things are starting to just change it up a little bit more.
Yeah, we saw a lot of 2-on-2 this weekend, which was kind of neat.
Yep, I really like that actually. And then you can adjust and come back together, or the other two can go play offense. And all right, Kate Sarah is your lead jammer, and Kate Sarah is now at the pass on our scoring pass, but stuck at the top of the apex. Tui Lyon is right there in the middle, really holding it down. Rachel Rodden seems like she's been in corner number 1 for about 5 minutes now, and is going nowhere real fast.
And the star pass to Tui Lyon.
Wow. Yeah, you caught it, but I don't think anybody on Gotham caught that. They were still blocking Rachel Rodden, and they all kind of looked up and saw someone run away. We're like, wait, did that just where'd that come from?
Yeah, it was like a underhand, quick, sneaky. It was beautiful.
For Rachel Rodden's next chick, she's going to pull a quarter out of your ear. And all right, I would like to thank Blaze Streaming Media. If you're watching this game right now, it's brought to you by Blaze Streaming Media. And if you didn't know where we are every single time we're at the hangar, it's Oaks Amusement Park, and you can buy your Rose City Rollers gear here every time.
Cracker Jack now going up against that Gotham defense.
Space Invaders getting bumped out, puts a foot out of bounds, has to start again. Space Invaders taking out players as they go. Cracker Jack. Wow.
Full on leaning. I mean, that's a good 45-degree angle, and Roxy and Bonita just kind of lowering themselves. And go ahead, lean all you want. You're not going anywhere.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. We'll see who's stronger here. And with that, Space Invaders does a nice little hop, skip, and jump bounce on the outside and is out as your lead jammer. Wow. Them long legs, I'm telling you. That's, woo. Just kind of stepped around the hits as they were getting hit. Wow, there's definitely a big scrum, a big melee of players. Everybody's kind of hitting each other. Space Invaders took a step out. Tui Lyon and tried to run it back, but Space Invaders was very quick to get back in bounds. No penalty, 5 points in the air for her.
He's kind of having a moment there watching that star that got dropped by Cracker Jack, picked up by Tui. Like, don't put it on. Don't put it. Good.
Yeah. Put that back down. No. Stop that. All right. Well, hey, I want to thank Selwood Pet Supply, quality nutrition and supplies for your pets, and proud sponsor of the Wheels of Justice. Misty Maven and Block Lobster are out there in this jam.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed in that lineup, King, and I've seen it this weekend and the past couple tournaments I've done this season, I'm really impressed this season with the communication between both the refs and the skaters. Skating by, asking questions, getting those answers, the refs being very proactive and kind of explaining why something was called. That is definitely how you elevate this sport and how you build better understanding of the game, and it has been lovely to see.
Well, and every ref's a little bit different. It depends on where you train, what league you're from. With that, Misty Maven is also out of the pack as your lead jammer. And a penalty low block. Yeah, going to be called on Block Lobster. As I was saying, though, I mean, every ref's a little bit different, so sometimes you have to adjust your play style to the refs at these tournaments because you're used to how something else is going to be called. I also like that we're not seeing as many angry players. Remember, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, you would see really, I wasn't a forearm, I'm angry. And now you actually see the good communication between the skater. Yeah, we're not putting up with angry skaters anymore. We're talking about it like civil human beings and getting a good understanding of what they did. You can disagree all you want, but it ain't going to change the fact you got a penalty.
And so we had that low block on Fisher. Octane Jane going off the track on a direction.
Misty Maven back around, already has 10 points so far in this jam. And 2 blockers out there to try and stop her, make that 3. Fisher serve time and is back in.
And fast and loose heading to the box. So now we're seeing some Gotham penalties starting to rack up.
Ooh, it's very, very tight down there. Ah, there it is. Misty Maven finally found an opening on the outside, runs to freedom just in time as jam comes to an end, and 5 points put on the board.
Right at the end of that jam, Low picking up a track cut. Each team will have a blocker in the box to start this jam. 151-35 the score. Gotham with the lead.
I'd like to thank some of our very special sponsors here, including the Portland Mercury, Shebop, and Myoptic Optometry. Say that 3 times fast.
Thank you all for being sponsors of the Rose City Rollers and Roller Derby in general.
Pearl Jam rockets out of the pack and is your lead jammer. Giles finally getting out on the initial. Wow. That was a big old brutal hit coming off a violent knockout.
And Roxy Dallas heading off the track.
Ooh, Roxy Dallas. That's going to be 4 now for Roxy Dallas. Oh, man, they spun her like a top. Giles having to pick herself up after Low Bedencourt gave a nice big hit from one side, and then Death Down Under hit from going the opposite direction. I shouldn't say opposite direction, more of a diagonal direction. Pearl Jam getting escorted out of bounds in turn 2, and everybody skating backwards now. Yeah, violent knockouts. Like, keep going, you can do it. All right, finally everybody puts the brakes on. Pearl Jam is now stuck at the top of the apex between 3 and 4.
And we have a high block sending Giles to the box. This will be a power jam for Pearl Jam.
And a cut being called on possibly violent knockout. Yes, it is. Violent knockout's going to have a seat there in the penalty box. I'd like to give another round of shout-outs to some of our fantastic sponsors. Portland Vital Signs, Kay's Bar, New Deal Distillery. We also have Trailhead Credit Union as one of our fabulous sponsors. Bike Punk and 808. Food so good that straight broke your mouth. Rachel Rodden out first again as your lead jammer. Oh, Rachel Rodden comes in, has been shedding off skaters as she's passing. One player left to beat, glides around backwards, almost uses the momentum of that skater. Rachel Rodden with a fistful of fingers in the air. Giles comes in, gets out of the pack very, very quickly, star in hand.
And Octane Jane picking up their 5th penalty. Illegal contact.
Well, 4 points have been put in on the board for Angel City. Gotham right now at 155.
So we are now sitting at 5 penalties for Soledad, 5 penalties for Octane Jane. Just under 13 minutes left in this game. 2 veteran, strong blockers starting to get into penalty trouble for Angel City.
Well, can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Kate Sarah and West are your jammers in this next jam. West trying to take that inside line, and there's just a cluster of skaters waiting. Kate Sarah with a great move to the outside. Soledad is all alone, has to let Kate Sarah go, and they're your lead jammer. Wow! Kate Sarah just split the difference of that pack, gets out, picks up 4 points with a quick call off. I might not have called that off because they've got 2 players sitting in the penalty box, and I might have tried to get some folks out. That is okay. Hey, a couple more folks I want to thank. Vacasa, Laurelhurst Theater and Pub, Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery, Betsy Aya Jewelry, Fran's Bakery, and Echo Construction. Got a lot of good sponsors.
Misty Maven, quick work of that. 5 seconds to lead.
Wow, Pearl Jam gets the benefit of some awesome offense. Runs right through the middle of that pack and picks up, or gets out on her initial.
And King, I had a trivia question on Friday, and my phone blew up afterwards because I did not ask the question right. So real quickly, I had asked when the last time Rose had lost a game in regular season, and I should have prefaced it to a team other than Victoria. Right? So we know the answer is August 8th was 2015, and that was to London. Of course, they have lost to Victoria, Big O, a couple of times, and then of course, last year at Cham. So I do want to say, I'm sorry, Victoria.
Oh, hey, well, interesting turn of events there. Space Invaders did get out, was whistled for lead jammer, and then the outside pack ref said, no. Cut track did happen, and so then put Space Invaders in the penalty box. Crackerjack now is your lead jammer. Wow! Crackerjack is down. Oh, no!
Hit so hard. The cover comes flying off.
Tui Lyons now going to go up and have a little dance with the opposing blocker, and they do finally get the cap in the hand of Crackerjack. Meanwhile, Space Invaders serve time and is back in, just going crazy with the footwork. Oh, and another cut! Unfortunate turn of events here for Gotham.
And a cut call on Violet Knockout.
Oh, and Violet Knockout picking up an in sub. I don't know what she said, but yeah. We're just going to go with that. 1 full minute now for Violet Knockout to have time in the penalty box. Crackerjack gets through, calls off 4 points. Saw that Space Invaders was just about to have a stand up, and yeah, they call it off. Well, this just kind of got a little bit exciting. Not that I wasn't excited the whole time, but man, woo! Hey, I would like to give just a few more shout-outs. Red Bull and Garden Bar. They are some of our other awesome sponsors that we always like to thank.
And often some of my Derby meals, Garden Bar and a Red Bull.
Oh, yeah? Garden Bar and a Red Bull. I had one of those last time we were out here, and it was absolutely delicious.
So that timeout, that was Violet Knockout's 7th penalty. They have fouled out, so we were getting a sub in the box.
Wow, yeah, because she was sitting on 5, because she had the pick.
Right, yeah, picked up the 6th, and the in sub was 7, yep.
Yes, it was. I was like, she was just at 4 a second ago, but she got 3 quick ones. Rachel Rodden picking up a legal contact call.
So now a power jam for Space Invader.
Space Invaders, of course, made short work of the pack and is your lead jammer. Space Invader runs in, gives a little love tap to Low Betancourt, and then starts working side to side, trying to find an opening. Low block being called on Octane Jane.
And that is Octane Jane's 6th penalty.
Ooh, we're at 8 minutes, and nice move by Space Invaders. Once again, the quick footwork, those long legs on the outside lines, using them toe stops. Making a living doing that.
We talked about that track awareness, feeling that rope, bringing themselves back in, avoiding that track cut.
And again, bouncing on the toe stops. This time, unfortunately, could not get around Wanatees.
I don't think we talk enough about Wanatees' blocking ability. Really, really contained, accurate hits. They are penalty-free. I'm sorry if you get one in the next jam or two. It would be all my fault. Penalty-free pretty much this entire weekend. Just one or two.
5 more points being put on the board for Gotham. Space Invaders had a nice little run there, putting 15 all together. And we're going to have a timeout being called by Angel City with just under 7 left in this game.
And we want to remind folks out there in Derby land, Derby Days is coming up August 10th, 11th, and 12th. Be better at Derby. Get to Portland August 10th through 12th for Derby Days Boot Camp. Plus, bring drills and strategy back to your league. Go to rosecityrollers.com/Derby Days for more info. And here's an idea. Ask your league to send you to Derby Days because you'll bring back so much info and maybe some of those donuts from Voodoo.
Oh, Voodoo Donuts.
I would say, hey, look, I'm going to learn some fantastic skills from some of the greatest skaters in Derby, and I'll bring you back some Voodoo Donuts. And I'm going to just go, sold.
It's kind of interesting. They keep kind of expanding that the empire of Voodoo. They just opened another one down south. I believe Florida.
Florida has one.
Yeah. They got one overseas. They got one now, obviously down in Denver. They just put a big old mural up of the Portland Elvis at the one, I believe, downtown.
Excellent.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Pearl Jam and Giles in this Jam 15 of the second half.
Wow, and there is just a cluster of people all over in there. Tui Line giving a nice little bump out to Giles and dragging everybody back.
And meanwhile, in the back of that pack, we got that Roxy Dallas, Benita Applebaum duo. Caused so much trouble for the Angel City Jammers all game.
Yeah, and there was a Mally picking up a hit to the face there. Got up slow, did shrug it off. I'm going to keep going. And Giles getting knocked out on turn number 2, and go ahead and calls that off as Tui Linen was running as quick as she could to get back in that pack.
And King, I've been totally gushing about the one motion Tui Lion cover.
Oh.
Just the flip on. But I realize they have had a lot of practice this weekend. We have seen lots of Angel City star passes.
As a coach, I have actually run that drill multiple times. All right, keep passing the cap to your partner. And you just got to get it on as quick as you can, and it's interesting to see the first couple times how clumsy it is.
Into the crowd.
Yeah. What the heck am I doing with this thing? Yeah. All right, Rachel Rotten is out there. Misty Maven, those are your jammers in this jam. We just got about 5 minutes left in here. Multiplayer block is going to be called, and that's going to be fast and loose.
And we have
Fisher also picking up a multiplayer. Well, it sounds like they're looking at multiplayers right now. And for Fisher, I believe that is also 4. Finally, Rachel Rotten emerges as the winner and becoming lead jammer.
50 seconds into that jam. Unfortunately, Misty Maven right behind.
Misty, I don't know. Well, yeah. Okay, call that off. That probably is pretty good. Misty Maven was like, I'm going to get you. And then everybody was trying to, like, skate forward, go faster, and LA was stuck in the back. So that's a good call off.
I'm loving the crowd. The crowd is the kind of folks you want to take with you on one of those horror movie camping trips, because I don't know if you heard that, but they were like, behind you.
Behind you. Run. Rachel Rodden's like, you know what? I just had a battle for like 45 seconds to try and get through that. I don't want to have to run anymore. Let's just call this off. We'll get a new jammer out there. The horror movie crowd. All right, we do have another timeout out there. That's going to be for Angel City. That they are going to be out of regular timeouts. They will have an official review timeout left if they so choose it, but there's still 4 minutes left in this game. I want to thank CrossFit Magnus. They are the official fitness partner of the Wheels of Justice. All right, this game is back on. You're going to see Kate Sarah and Cracker Jack out there as your jammers. We've got a score of 179-59 with just about 4 minutes left in this game. Angel City is a little bit light out there, but they do have Soledad and Tui Lion as their blockers, and as you know, those two together, it's like about having 6 people on the track for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Soledad knocking out Kate Sarah and dragging back. Tui Lion one-on-one sparring time with Kate Sarah as they glide into the top of the apex. And Kate Sarah finally managed to wiggle free and become your lead jammer.
And King, I would be interested to look at the stats and see just how many jams Tui Lion has skated in this game.
This weekend? It seems like that's pretty much, she's out there every time. I mean, honestly. When it comes to being a true athlete in this sport, she's one of them. She does all of that and a bag of chips all at the same time. Well, there's definitely a very, very tight wall being laid down by both of these teams. Finally, Kate Sarah does come out the other side. And a low block is going to be called, and that's going to be on Soledad. It is, and that's going to be number 6 on Soledad.
Yeah, it's just about 2.5 minutes left in this game.
Tui Lion got the cap after all is said and done and said, no, we're gonna spar right out here, one-on-one.
I'm loving the jammer high fives over in turn 2. Just that smile, though. Yeah, we got this.
Yep. Oh, Kate Sarah didn't want no part of that. I've already scored my points. We're not going to do this. You're not going to block me all the way back around to the other side of the track. Let's get some fresh legs out there. Space Invaders, speaking of which, and Rachel Rotten, those are your jammers. In this next jam, we've just got under 2 minutes left in this game. Space Invaders trying to get by on the outside line. Excellent defense being played. Tui Lion, who just had to jam for a few minutes, back out there again as your pivot. Oh, Space Invaders. Oh, hitting a down skater. I would bet that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it was. All right, and Rachel Rotten is your lead jammer.
And is through, looking for those points.
Oh, and there we go. Nice setup by offensively for Angel City. They did a nice job containing those blockers and made it very easy for Rachel Rotten to put a few more points on the board. Great job, fast and loose, taking out Rachel Rotten on the inside line.
Yeah, Angel City had kind of trapped fast and loose in the back. I was like, okay, well, since I'm here, might as well hit your jammer out.
Well, Space Invaders had served time in the Bud Light penalty box. It is back to play They almost weren't ready, and, well, with that, they had to scramble to set up. Space Invaders is out. Rachel Rotten goes down, picks up all 5 points, and an official review is going to be called. I believe they're just probably going to use it as a timeout, and they are. Well, we're having some good times right here. I want to thank, once again, Bridgeport Brewing. Drink Bridgeport Brewing because it is delicious. They have a great new IPA, the Rosé IPA.
Delicious.
And they also like roller derby, so, I mean, it's, they're kind of cool like that.
Yeah, they were here a couple weeks ago for our home team champs, pouring it. And
that was so much fun.
$2 Rosé IPA, you could not, and roller derby, like, best night ever.
Yeah.
We want to thank the officials who kept this game going. 9-Inch Wheels, William Moore, Amy Farrell Fowler, Bola Constrictor, Tenacious D-Cup, Locomotive, Melotrauma, Wizard of Laws, Decider, Socialize, and your refs, Darth Bling, Umpire Strikes Back, Mike Hammer, Kieran Duncan, Ridiculous, Nitsugi, El Presidente, and Ref Goldblum. Thank you all.
That's a cool list of names right there.
Right?
Those people are all pretty cool.
We didn't want you to know. We secretly were like, all right, who's got the coolest ref names? Come join us. All right, Angel City on their feet.
Giles out there, Pool Jam out there, and this may be the last jam of the game. Everybody is stuck at about the 10-foot mark past the jam line, and it is definitely a scrum start. Lots of tough D coming from everybody out there.
Yeah, Pearl Jam back there with Bonita Applebaum.
Multiplayer block, that is going to be called, and it's going to send Daryl to the penalty box.
Giles, uncontested on the inside, gets through, goes ahead and calls it.
I like that. Get out, just get your lead jam stat. You've already won the game. Call it off.
Call it off.
There's no points that you got to make up. There's nothing you got to throw down there. You're coming to this weekend. You've had a pretty successful weekend going 2-1 with a heartbreaking loss to Wheels of Justice last night.
In that final jam.
Man, that's going to send them nightmares, and they're going to remember that and say, you know what? Playoffs are coming, peeps. Time to get it on. Or in their case, championships are coming, peeps. All right. Well, your take on the game?
Yeah, I think it's kind of what we expected to see. Yeah. Gotham, being ranked number 3, coming in just strong with a very, very, very strong veteran team. And those pieces that have come up through the program just fitting in that true Gotham defensive style. They played their game all weekend. We saw it even last night, with that loss. They were just dominant on the track. So very, very excited to see them play. And then Angel City with a newer jammer rotation, some new faces, just kind of sitting there, still very, very strong. We're sitting, number 4 up until last rankings, now at number 6. Kind of a mixed bag for them. They won 1, they lost 2, but the experience that these newer skaters on the team got against Rose, against Gotham. Sometimes you take those losses because you are skating against the best.
You're skating against the best.
And in these higher pressure situations.
Absolutely.
And I think ultimately a win for both teams and a win for us here watching at home and in the hangar, and that's all I got.
Oh, yeah, it's very exciting. Hey, you know what? I don't think I could say anything else that would trump what you've got to say right there. You definitely nailed it. So, hey, we've got another great game coming up. Crime City is going to be coming to you straight out of Malmö, Sweden, and they're going to be going up against the Wheels of Justice. So if you're just joining us now, grab yourself a nice big old bowl of something yummy to eat, grab yourself an ice cool brew, kick your feet up, and get ready for the action. I'm the King, being joined with Heads Will Roll, and thank you very much for having us for this awesome game so far on this 3rd day of the Hometown Throwdown.
Derby Days, a boot camp of innovative offensive strategies. defensive techniques that facilitate that aggressive offense, jammer skills that can best the toughest of walls. All from the world's best derby athletes. Open to and inclusive of all genders. New this year, we're welcoming JRDA Level 3 skaters. Content tailored to all levels from rookie to advanced. Don't forget to send your coaches to learn world-class derby strategy and drills. More info at rosecityrollers.com/derbydays.
In 1984, we set out to change the world and got thirsty. And that's when the revolution began. Where we come from, beer isn't just a beverage, it's a way of life. A strange, alternative, offbeat life. Whether we're decorating the streets with naked bodies or tiny horses, we've always done things our way, with a beer in hand and our inhibitions behind us. And that's what makes this place great. It's how we've crafted amazing, groundbreaking beers using only the freshest, local ingredients for over 30 years. From our original IPA to our fan favorite Kingpin Double Red Ale, we've always brewed with the boisterous citizens of our fair city in mind. And you can bet we won't stop pumping out these glorious golden suds until the clouds open up and the sun shines down. Which is never. Bridgeport Brewing, where the revolution began.
Derby Days, a boot camp of innovative offensive strategies. Defensive techniques that facilitate that aggressive offense. Jammer skills that can best the toughest of walls. All from the world's best Derby athletes. Open to and inclusive of all genders. New this year, we're welcoming JRDA Level 3 skaters. Content tailored to all levels from rookie to advanced. Don't forget to send your coaches to learn world-class Derby strategy and drills. More info at rosecityrollers.com/derbydays.
Hello, everyone in internet land. Welcome to day 3 of the hometown throwdown right here in Portland, Oregon, hosted by the Rose City Rollers. I am Ophelia Mellons, and I'm proud to be joined by my young Padawan, Puns and Rollers. Say hello to your friends.
All right. Hey, I'm Puns and Roses, and this is the...
You know,
yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
So, we are really excited. We get to watch the last game of the weekend. This is going to be the Rose City Wheels of Justice, number 2 in the world, versus Crime City out of Malmo, Sweden, number 10 in the world. And it's been a really exciting weekend. Puns, tell us about the game we just watched.
So the game we just watched, number 3 Gotham against number 6 Angel City. Angel City coming off a win yesterday against Crime. Gotham against a heartbreaking last-second loss against Rose. Gotham just came out hard and strong and just throttled Angel City from the beginning to the end. About a 120-point deficit to finish the game. And Angel City fought hard, but Gotham just was not giving an inch. And like every other bout this weekend, it's been a defensive slugfest.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm going to throw it over to the house announcers so we can meet the teams.
Number 1, below me. Wearing 100, Curly Har. 1337, Jute. Number 27, Bricken. Wearing number 304, Nagan. 321, Ponycat. Wearing number 43, Les Roll. Number 53, Dyke Stalker. Number 610, Sexual Harassment. Number 79, Goldie Blocks. 858, Missy Tenman. And last but not least, wearing number 9, Kicks. Let's give it up for the Crime City Roller Derby A-Team.
All right.
right, Portland, it is now time to introduce your two-time world champions, Wheels of Justice. Starting with 00 Polygamy Winehouse. Number 10 OMG WTF. 1889 Bell Star. 210 Tenacity. 23 Gallifrey. 247 Mia Palau. 28 Alicia Nesbitt Smith. 316 Eve Angelical. 340 Bonnie Thunders. 410 Tarantula. Number 48 Brute. 65 Simonis. 757 Morgan Levy. 77 Lauren Much. And 868 Zip Drive. Get your hands together one more time for your Rose City Rollers Wheels of Justice.
Well, there you have it, folks, your game rosters for today's exciting matchup. Looking at the history of these two teams, and it's kind of slim. Crime City is a totally different team than the last and maybe only time they've ever faced off. It was September of 2015 when they last played, and that was a 381-point walloping that Rose City gave Crime City. And boy, did they learn some lessons and come into being one of the best teams in the world here.
And Rose is a completely different team now too. I think there's two skaters left from that 1915 or the 2015 squad. 1915. Wow.
Well, yeah, like Alicia Nesbitt Smith
and Lauren Much. I think that's
Lauren
about
Much.
it.
Brute's kind of been in and out of there. She's got a lot of history with the team. And you have the wisdom of Liquor and Split coaching the team now. We are into it. Let's get started. It's Lauren Much on the line for Rose City up against Pony Cat. Rose City, of course, wearing purple, and Crime City wearing yellow with purple stripes. So pretty.
Very pretty.
Laura Much pushing out front, barely gets past Below Me, number 1. Was called lead, even though Below Me had some feelings about it.
And Lauren Much with some room to move. She's very dangerous when she's got a head of speed going.
Oh, absolutely. And here we see Pony Cat remove the star from the helmet, and she is getting forced back there by Polygamy Winehouse, now sandwiched in between Tarantula with Alicia holding down that wall.
And Dykestalker is the crime pivot. Dykestalker is very dangerous when she gets the star on her helmet.
She's been very effective this weekend, absolutely.
Phenomenal defender and can jam really well.
You just see Much kind of poking around, seeing where the insecurities are in those walls. Same kind of thing up front here that we see from Pony Cat. Now I think Dykestalker is realizing, I think I'm the pivot and I should come up to the front. But oh my gosh, like out of a slingshot, here comes Lauren Much, putting up another 5.
The Crime City defense separated just a little bit, and Lauren Much has such phenomenal acceleration. If you give her just that much space, she's going to take it.
Star pass is successful. Lauren Much puts up 5 more and is happy with that. And that will be a 15-0 jam, getting the Rose City Rollers up to a big start here. It's been real fun watching Crime City play this weekend. They're definitely a crowd favorite.
Well, you know, you fly 7,000 miles. The crowd is they're going to cheer for you.
They're going to be behind you, and plus they come in here with a positive message, which we were able to take a moment to acknowledge in front of our home crowd, that we need to deal with our refugee problem.
Yes.
In a positive way.
In a positive way.
Here we go. Is Bonnie Thunder's lead jammer here? She's going up against Hannah Pay, who's been one of the top jammers, along with Curly Har this weekend for Crime City.
And Hannah Pay fighting hard at the front of that pack. Mia Palau not giving an inch, though.
No pass, no penalty, no problem. So that's going to force the call off there. I really appreciated seeing how she took her time to balance on that line, and she had a few moments to think about what she was going to do, where she was going to step, and ultimately was able to get that balance right back under her. So we are 2 jams in.
And now we're looking at Zip Drive up against Curly Har. And it's a little bit of a scrum. Curly Har on the inside line. Polygamy Winehouse with the recycle.
There all day. A penalty may be assessed on Polygamy. A forearm penalty she will let go and immediately exit the track.
Well, it was a penalty that was worth it. That drew Curly Har back. That allowed Zip Drive to get lead jam, and Zip Drive is calling that off.
I am a big supporter of the worth it penalty.
Yeah.
I know, shocking. Ophelia Mellons loves the worth it penalty. All right, we get it. We are 3 jams in. It is 21-0 after a 2-point jam. We are awaiting Crime City to make their move and get some points up on that board. I know they sure will, and I know both teams are going to learn a lot this game.
And we have 3 blockers from each team on the track. Ponycat back out for Crime. Felice, that is Brute for the first time for Rose City.
Brute tiptoes over that inside line. You can see her hopping around like a little ribby rabbit. Ribbit rabbit.
Ribbit rabbit. Ribbit.
Rabbit.
Crime not giving Brute any sort of place to go. Simonis up front doing a great job on Ponycat. Now passing that off to Gallifrey.
Crime's 3-wall is just so dynamic. It's flat. It's a tripod. It's a wedge moving into the outside lane.
I've really been impressed by Crime's defense this whole weekend. They've just played some phenomenal derby.
Well, you can't come into a tournament with, well, kind of a tournament, a round robin with, 3 of the best teams in the world without dominating on your defense. Angel City, Gotham, and Rose City. That's a tall order.
Yeah, it's been a defensive clinic all weekend long. And offensive, too. I mean, just the offensive blocking that a lot of these blockers have shown, it's been really good.
All right, here we go. Blocking right back at that jammer line. The Crime City wall is just staying stuck on Brute's lap. If she moves back, they move back. They don't give her an inch. Simonis in with that wrecking ball offense, moving that pack up front. I mean, we're still a minute and a half into this jam, Puns. There's no lead jammer.
Yeah,
that's a win for Crime City.
Yeah, they've made a full lap of the track, and nobody's getting anywhere. Simonis is working it, but Brute just cannot get past Sujit and company. Simonis has to bridge. And we've got penalty call on Gallifrey, penalty call on Sujit. And 2 seconds left. This is going to be a 0-0 jam.
With no lead? That's exhausting. That was cool.
I know how much you like the worth it penalties. I love the 2-minute 0-0 jams.
You know why you say that? Because you haven't skated a 2-minute jam.
Oh, that is very true. It's got to be exhausting. I'm exhausted just watching them.
Sure. And I want to welcome once again all of our fans watching from all over the world. I sure do hope there's a lot of fans of Crime City watching out from Malmo, Sweden, and all over the world. We welcome you. In this next jam, it is Lauren Much pushing forward as she just about crosses that pivot line, and is Hannah Pay getting recycled now by Tarantula and Alicia Nesbitt-Smith, the captain of the team, along with Bonnie Thunders, who's also captain this year.
And OMG bracing that wall, and up front, Lauren Much having no luck with Below Me and Dyke Stalker.
And that penalty box is going to be cleared now.
Below Me with a big, long recycle on Lauren Much.
Gallifrey with that Gumby move over the line. With the assistance from Alicia Nesbitt-Smith, they do get the knockout here on Hannah Pay.
And direction of play call on OMG. Lauren Much just going nowhere right now. Hannah Pay still working hard. Tarantula Nesbitt-Smith just not giving her anything. Below me comes in, throws some hips against Gallifrey. Quick recycle there. Hannah Pay almost out. The Nesbitt-Smith. Oh, there you go. Gallifrey coming up, making the stop and the recycle. Lauren Much finally out.
OMG standing in the Bud Light penalty box.
Tarantula heading
right
to the
around the outside
box.
there. Oh, did
Track
pick
cut.
up that cut. There was a Crime City blocker hanging out on that inside boundary by the hash marks, and I know the physics is deceiving on the apex, on the apices, on the api. And OMG tries to go in for that locking hip maneuver, is not able to finish that, and 5 points now. Crime City officially on the board.
4-2 pack advantage for Crime City. And that jam reaches its natural conclusion. Another 4 points for Crime. 4 points for Rose. That's 4-9. That's definitely a win for Crime City.
Well, Crime had 0 for 4 jams, and now they have 9. That's pretty wicked awesome. Rose City up to 25. It is my pleasure to thank one of our best sponsors. It's OHSU Sports Medicine. OHSU Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical care team of the Rose City Rollers, and we sure appreciate them.
Curly Har working against Gallifrey. Curly Har through Rose at a 4-2 pack disadvantage. Tarantula out. Bell Star out.
I'm kind of surprised that Curly Har didn't also take that inside apex line with Lauren Much. This is the first jam that Crime City has picked up lead. And Lauren Much has already collected her points, but they're both still working through that pack.
I think Crime is right to go long on this, especially with the pack advantage that they have.
You're smart.
You know, I've seen a little derby. But yeah, I mean, they're the number 10 team going up against the number 2 team. They're already down. You know, going long is working for them, so just keep it going.
Wow. I don't know how that distraction happened, because that was Gallifrey and Simonis out there on the outside line. There's some voodoo Swedish magic in the air.
There we go, 2 more points. That is 16
now
for Crime.
Okay.
And we've got a game again.
29-25. Crime City showing up, and I'm not surprised to see that it was Curly Har that is putting up the biggest jam of this game so far.
Well, Bonnie Thunders is out now for Rose to answer that, going up against Pony Cat. And this time the pack advantage, it's going to Rose. Pony Cat, little jammer defense. And believe me, Winehouse opening some holes for Bonnie Thunders. Not that Bonnie Thunders needs the help.
Oh, some awesome movement here. Pony Cat spinning around on one skate, moves from Alicia Nesbitt-Smith on their body right on up to OMG. Oh, around the outside, sort of a screen created there by the defense of Rose City. Unintentionally, maybe, probably intentionally, let's be honest.
And Bonnie Thunders through for 5. Even if they weren't intending to throw the screen, Bonnie Thunders just saw it and used it.
That's a thing she does.
Yep, and
backwards,
Bonnie Thunders,
toe,
backwards.
spinny.
Yeah,
Perhaps a remnant of her figure skating days.
Oh, huge hit. Wow.
She loves it.
Missy Tenman just threw a big hit on Bonnie Thunders.
Missy Tenman, that was your moment. You crushed it.
Yeah, she did. Oh, Bonnie Thunders coming up on Pony Cat. We're going to see some jammer-on-jammer offense. We might.
Ponycat looking composed, not trying to do anything crazy.
Ponycat needs to put that star on her helmet.
Well, if she wants to score points, if that's a thing you might do.
Yeah. I think Bonnie has noticed that. Oh.
Yeah, Bonnie knew what was happening. Ponycat just prevented 4 additional points from being scored.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And the refs gave her a point even though she didn't have the star on her helmet, so bonus for her.
So Rose City matching that 16-point jam that Crime City just had. So 45-26. We have 17 and change remaining in this first period.
And Zip Drive taking the line against Hanape.
This Crime City blocking quadrant. 3 of them are backwards.
Morgan Levy trying to throw some offensive help to Zip Drive. And below me doing the same.
Morgan Levy doing a great job of providing that no-look screen when somebody is blocking her jammer. She moves right up next to them. Next thing they know, you look to your other side and that lane is closed down.
And Zip Drive used one of those no-look screens. Is your lead jammer. Hanape, though, not far behind. Great work for her getting through. And Zip Drive just calls it. We'd like to thank Bridgeport Brewing because it's delicious and they support roller derby.
What reason more do you need than that?
Well, technically that would be 2 reasons, but yeah, those are 2 very good reasons.
So coaching Wheels of Justice so far this season is Liquor. I know some people have been asking, where the heck is Liquor and Split at? Well, she is running the bench right now, and she's bouncing around over there with Defensive Destroyer, Skater with the Bridgetown Menace, our brother league.
We have Brute getting some offensive help from OMG. And in the back, Curly Har. No pass, no penalty. Curly Har takes that, says, I'll just get out. I'm not going to worry too much about lead jam. I'll let my defense do its thing. Brute gets lead jam, calls it off. No points for Curly Har. I still think that was a good decision by Curly Har.
I just saw Goldie Blocks look like so personally offended by OMG blocking them to the ground. It was so beautiful and so illegal. That was pretty interesting. All right. A second 0-0 jam in a row. Crime City trails 26-45. We are through the first quarter of the game.
And we have Dyke Stalker with the star on her helmet for the first time behind the Tonka.com jammer line. Lauren Much for Rose. Lauren Much forced down, recycled by Bricken. And
Mia Palau there holding the inside line, hip to hip with Simonis. Gallifrey digs in, try and get that force out. But Dyke Stalker's just really strong, not easily moved.
And Lauren Much working the back of that pack. Again, the Swedes just not giving anything to Lauren Much. She's looking for any sort of space, and they're just closing it off as soon as the space opens up.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job of filling in the space that might soon be open, like closing the lane that's open, but also up 3 or 4 feet, and the angle that we know Much is capable of levitating toward.
And Dyke Stalker out on a track cut. So Lauren Much has left the only jammer. Now she's getting the full benefit of help from her offense. No pass, no penalty. So she is out, but she is not lead jammer.
Was Dyke Stalker the lead?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So there will be no lead jammer on this jam.
That being said, out of 10 jams, 2 of those have not had a lead jammer, and only once has Crime City picked up lead.
That makes it hard to win the roller derby bouts when you don't have lead. But, I mean,
oof.
Oh, that's going to be a back block.
Absolutely.
Dyke Stalker going back to the penalty box. Right in front of the ref. He was staring at that. And 5 points for Lauren Much. 17 seconds left. She's got enough where she can probably score one more time. They got a goat in the back. That's,
oh man. Nobody thinks it's possible that someone can get that small and be that fast, but, you know, it's definitely possible.
If she
with the power of Red Bull giving her wings.
If she hasn't put a trademark on that move, she needs to.
Another 10 points here for Rose City. Last 2 jams prior to this, scoreless, so we are moving along here. Less than 13 minutes remaining. And we are going to take our first timeout. That is a Crime City timeout. Now, we just mentioned the difference in lead jammer percentage so far in this game, overwhelmingly for Rose City. Something I did notice in last night's game, Rose versus Gotham, Rose overwhelmingly took more lead jams, but Gotham was 100% converting more points. Every time they got lead, they had more success. Rose City got lead more often, but was not able to convert that into points.
Gotham.
Obviously, in the end, Rose City comes from behind by 2 points to take the win.
Yeah, in what, the last 5 seconds?
In the last 5 seconds, with 2 blockers in the penalty box.
Yeah. I think sort of the critical thing that Gotham was doing last night is, even if they were giving up more lead jams, they were never allowing Rose more than about 4 points a jam.
Oh gosh, yeah. There's so many nickel and dimes.
And when Gotham got the lead jam, they still had a few nickel and dimes, but more often than not they were getting 9, 10 points, and that adds up over time, and they were able to get that. Well, they maintained an edge throughout 55 minutes and 55 seconds of that 60-minute
they sure
bout.
did. All right, we are back at it. Dykestalker standing in the penalty box for Crime City. It's Bonnie Thunders pushing forward, got a couple more to beat.
And Bonnie Thunders beats them all.
When she turns sideways, she kind of disappears in this thin air, and Jute doesn't know where to look. I get it.
Are you saying that she's a two-dimensional skater?
No, there's a 4th dimension that she finds and slips right through it. There's some sort of wormhole. Here we have Polygamy Winehouse bridging these walls. And now she's going to move up to create the pack up front. Good timing. Her pack in the rear knew that was happening.
Yeah, well, she did a good job of communicating. Now they're getting a little bit extended.
She was like, I got to go.
You all come up a little bit. I'm going to go play some offense and try to get Bonnie out. And Bonnie twisting, turning. In the back, Dykestalker just getting crushed by Simonis, Tarantula, and Alicia Nesbitt-Smith. Dykestalker keeps repeating and trying to get a little momentum to break that wall, and it's just not happening. And up front, Bricken extended that as long as possible. She did a great job on Bonnie Thunders there, but eventually, she had to just let her go.
Dykestalker finding another burst of energy there. Gets the force out from Tarantula, and now because of the signs of exhaustion she's showing, we see Alicia now come up for offense along with Polygamy Winehouse to try and grab a few more points for Bonnie.
And Tenacity and...
I hear some whistles.
Yeah.
And that'll be going to Bricken, who already 20 minutes into this game is a standout blocker.
Oh, yeah. No doubt, no question about that.
Bonnie's winding up. You never know what's going to happen.
And Bonnie pulls in another 3. Yeah, Tenacity and Tarantula pretty much stole Dykestalker's soul on that one. She just had nothing left by the end of that.
Yeah, let's talk about Tenacity, actually. Tenacity, Mia Palau, Polygamy Winehouse, OMG, Evangelical's on the roster today. Morgan Levy and Zip Drive. These are all new folks on the Wheels of Justice Charter. Many of them played on the home team season at Rose City, kind of learning and growing to the league. And as you can see, it's just the 3rd time that this team that they've played this year, and they are just flawlessly integrating into the core of Wheels of Justice. And here we have it. Hannah Pay's picking up lead. Just under 10 minutes remaining in this first period.
And Zip Drive finally out, almost, maybe, no, harassment, could not contain her. But that is 5 points in the air for Hannah Pay. And we've got a diet pack out there. Rose only has 1 blocker. And Zip Drive, wow, Belle Star opened a huge lane.
Belle Star, obviously a legend. I want to say she's a quiet legend. She's quieter on the track than she is in real life, obviously. She's a very She has a big personality, and everybody loves her. And just look at her go. She's been playing roller derby. You see her number is 1889. She's literally been playing roller derby since 1889. And she's still going strong, and she's at the top of her game.
You know, for over a century of doing it, she's doing an amazing job.
She looks good. Okay, at the end of that, Crime City winning this jam.
14-6. Well done by Crime.
I would like to take a moment to recognize the WFTDA We Believe and UN Women program. Through our international giving program to support global change, We Believe, the WFTDA is raising $15,000 for the UN Women's One Win Leads to Another program, which uses sport to develop leadership and economic skills in young women and girls. Find out more about We Believe and the WFTDA's partnership with UN Women at WFTDA.com/donate.
And we have Curly Har alone on the track as the jammer. Zip Drive is currently standing in the penalty box. Zip Drive picked up a late penalty right at the end. Zip Drive is now out and still, Curly Har just got lead jam, but recycled behind OMG. Zip Drive struggling against the front of that pack. Harassment breaks Curly Har out finally. So that is technically Curly Har's initial pass, although Curly Har had lead for a while.
Dykestalker playing offense at a really perfect time. I mean, about 20 feet before Curly Har was going to hit that pack. Just trying to agitate that wall. Sometimes that's all you can do.
Yeah, she did a great job, but Polygamy Winehouse was able to get one last hit in. All right, there we go. Curly Har, 5 points.
We got a whistle, gonna be blocking with high block, number 610. That's harassment on Crime City.
Wow, Polygamy Winehouse and Tarantula just dueled up and just blew Curly Har off the track.
Polygamy Winehouse receiving the star pass. And looking awesome, aggressively trying to break the plane of 20 feet. A penalty now being assessed on Bricken after putting on I don't want to say a cliche announcer thing, after putting on a blocking clinic. But that was frickin' rad, frickinrad.com/Ophelia Mellons. That's going to be a 9-point jam for Crime City, that star pass to pressure them to call it off. And they're going to start 2 down in the penalty box.
All right. And we'd like to thank Tonkin.com. The largest selection of new and used autos in the Pacific Northwest is only a click away at Tonkin.com.
Tonkin.com.
Proud sponsor of our jammer line as well. And right off the jammer line, Lauren Much.
That's because they only had the 2 blockers, and they are focused on playing offense. And that's a strategy I can get behind.
Oof. Dykestalker.
Because how do you stop Lauren Much anyway?
Well, with a lot of bodies. Harassment doing a good job one-on-one. Dykestalker. Below me, just could not finish that off.
Just couldn't get quite low enough. Story of my life. And Lauren Much 5 up so far. That penalty box is now clear. Bricken rejoining.
All right. I would not have believed that move if I hadn't just seen it.
Tell me everything.
Lauren Much skated on the outside, got low, somehow skated around, zipped back inside. I don't even know how she managed to do that without falling over. I would have broken something. And there we go, harassment on the recycle. Bricken out of the box, playing some defense. Lauren Much finds the outside lane. Quick recycle, though. Lauren Much now stuck in the pack. Speaking of stuck in the pack, Ponycat still trying to get through.
Taking a look at the penalty board here, Rose City has 14 accumulated penalties. Crime City 10. Pretty decent first period totals for penalties. Not too bad, not excellent, but not bad. At the end of that, we'll get called off 5 more points. And that's going to put Rose City up another 15. Score now 49-88. 4 minutes, 13 seconds remain on the clock.
And we'd like to thank Two Town Cider, damn fine cider made here in the Pacific Northwest. Next up, we will have Bonnie Thunders squaring off against Hanape. Hanape takes the inside line. Bonnie Thunders takes the outside line. Sujit and company trying to hold back Bonnie Thunders, and she is extending the pack.
Oh.
And yeah, that's just what Bonnie Thunders does.
Doesn't matter how far you stretch. You are not Stretch Armstrong. Unless you are.
Right, even then it still probably doesn't matter. Tarantula, quick recycle on Hanape. And Hanape now stuck in the back against that Rose City triangle. And up front, Bonnie Thunders extends the pack, squeezes past Sujit for 5 more points.
Am I being weird? I just got a text. My mom says I'm being weird.
I don't
That's
think
so
you're
funny.
being weird.
Thanks, Mom.
I mean, beyond the norm.
Pay attention to how awesome Bricken is.
Yeah, there we
receiving
go.
the Star Pass, Mom.
And that Star Pass forces Bonnie Thunders to call that off.
Wow, good one. Less than 3 minutes. Crime City still holding Rose to under 100. That's badass.
Yeah. And we have
Wow,
an official
that was
review
really
called
yelled.
by Crime.
That was so loud.
Moving to Portland, let Deb Counts Tabor guide you home at welcometopdx.com.
Tickets just went on sale this month for the WFTDA playoffs and championships. You can get all the information you need at WFTDA.com/tickets.
I'm excited to see how the new playoff format's going to work out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, I misread that. Playoffs tickets on sale now. Champs playoff tickets, or champion tickets August. Talking words. Get your tickets.
Get your tickets right here. All right, here we go. Curly Har, Zip Drive, waiting on the Tonkin.com jammer line for this.
Yeah, just to confirm, that was used just as a timeout.
Yep.
Smart, smart, smart.
And the Bud Light penalty box is currently empty. There is an empty 6-pack of seats there.
My beer is empty, too.
I'm sorry.
Curly Har.
In 2 minutes and 46 seconds, you can reload. All right, there we go. Curly Har trying to get a block from Dykestalker. And Zip Drive.
Finds that line. There she goes.
Gallifrey did a great job of. Wow. Oh, Gallifrey. Gallifrey just blew open a hole for Zip Drive, then shut the door on Curly Har. Almost had the recycle, but then.
Wow. Okay. Hello, Kicks, number 9. Showing up.
Kicks has had a great weekend.
They hold Rose to 4 on that jam. But Crime has been scoreless the last 3 consecutive jams.
Voodoo Donut, the magic is in the hole. Proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers and the Wheels of Justice. All right, less than 2 minutes to go. This could be the last jam. Possibly not. We'll see. Lauren Much pushes to the front. Lauren Much is your lead jammer.
It can be if Lauren Much wants it to be the last jam.
I think a lot will depend on how Hanape does. Hanape, track cut.
Yeah. Okay, and we
think
will lose Tarantula with a forearm to the penalty box.
And
that
I
is her
believe
3rd penalty.
Actually, I think that might be her 4th. Because she already had 3 up there, so I believe that's number 4 for her. And Lauren Much.
Great contact to the side meat of Goldie Blocks.
All right, we've got half a 6-pack in the penalty box. Polygamy Winehouse sitting in there as well. Yep, there we go. Tarantula, that is number 4.
All right, you were right. I was wrong. Me.
Well, you know, that's what I do.
Minute left on the game clock. A little over a minute on the jam clock. Here
All
comes
right.
Hanape out of that box.
So 4-2 advantage. Oh, wow. Big hit.
She clotheslined herself between the shoulders of 2 amazing blockers. That was pretty neat.
Yeah. Alicia Nesbitt-Smith forces the recycle. Polygamy Winehouse now back in. And
this one's going
out.
The star is off for Hannah Pay. Lauren Much, or Mulch, depending on who you talk to, hanging out in that pack.
And we have a star pass to Bricken. Lauren
And
Much.
she looks like she will call it, and I bet Crime City's going to want to take the chance to get some more points up. They did wait a little longer to try and get their last blocker out of the penalty box.
Yeah, just eat a couple seconds off Tenacity's penalty.
Anyone calling a timeout? Yes.
And there we go, timeout.
Interesting. Double D. Coach of Rose calls that timeout.
Interesting.
Make your own conclusions.
I think Rose is liking where the momentum's going, and my guess is it'll be nope, it's Brute out there. Brute against Curly High.
Okay, so Crime City scoreless, 5 jams in a row. I am looking at the jams in which they have scored. Do you see the pattern that I see for the most part? They are all multi-pass jams.
Yeah, they've only had
9
one.
points, 16 points, 14 points, 9 points, and only just the one single point jam when Rose scored 16 that jam.
Yeah.
So they are getting successful when they get a lead. They're just putting up 14 and 16 points. So, cool. Let's see what comes of that. 1 jam left remaining in the half.
And
It's almost the end of Hometown Throwdown.
almost. 30-some minutes left. And that timeout is now turned into an official timeout.
That would make this one of my favorite timeouts. Puns.
Would that be a Porcano Taco timeout?
It would be a Porcano Taco timeout. Check them out. If you come to Portland, you're going to have to eat some Porcano. They're probably just discussing the after party. It's really hot today. It's 88 degrees in this swampy little part of Portland that we're in. And we could all go for a nice cool beverage.
Yeah. See, you could have already been refilling your beverages if Defensive Destroyer hadn't called that timeout.
He's always doing things like that to me.
Yep.
Hey, here's a good idea. Why don't you ask your league to send your team to the Derby Days boot camp? That's coming up August 10th through 12th. You send your team, you send a number of teammates. You're going to bring back so much information, drills, and strategy. Bring those back to your league and make your whole league better. Check it out. That's rosecityrollers.com/Derby Days. You can be better at Derby. Every day of this tournament has been sold out, of course. We do have a smaller capacity until we move into a new venue, which we don't have yet.
But hopefully one of these days we will. Oh, hey, there was a late point put up by Crime City, so they did get 1 point out of that last jam. Wow, Brute out quickly. Is your lead jammer. Curly Har not far behind. I suspect that this will be a quick call off by Brute, and it is.
Okay, well that point will carry us into halftime. You have been watching Crime City out of Malmo, Sweden, take on the number 2 team, 2-time world champions, Rose City Wheels of Justice. We are at Hometown Throwdown, and we will be back in 14 minutes. Thank you for tuning in.
Derby Days, a boot camp of innovative offensive strategies. Defensive techniques that facilitate that aggressive offense. Jammer skills that can best the toughest of walls. All from the world's best Derby athletes. Open to and inclusive of all genders. New this year, we're welcoming JRDA Level 3 skaters. Content tailored to all levels from rookie to advanced. Don't forget to send your coaches to learn world-class Derby strategy and drills. More info at rosecityrollers.com/Derby Days.
want you to go crazy so I can see who you are and I don't draw another ticket, all right? And in this awesome raffle basket tonight, we have an acupuncture session brought to you by Beacon Acupuncture. We have a 1-hour massage brought to you by Unwind Massage. We have awesome earrings by Betsy and Aya. We have a Fat Albert gift card, 2 cases of Red Bull. We also have Branches coupons, 2 board games from Cloud Cap, and a Cloud Cop gift card. This is valued at almost $400 worth of awesome prizes. I don't know what. That is very cool. A fiddler crab. All right, we are going to draw this lucky ticket. And my lucky ticket number is 945991. That is 945991. I'm going to say it one more. Oh, is that my winner? You're supposed to go crazy. Woo! Let's take a look here and see. 9455. You are my winner. All right. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. Thanks so much for playing. We're going to have the game on in about 3 minutes. So get ready to have some great derby coming at you in this second half.
Derby Days, a boot camp of innovative offensive strategies. Defensive techniques that facilitate that aggressive offense. Jammer skills that can best the toughest of walls. All from the world's best derby athletes. Open to and inclusive of all genders. New this year, we're welcoming JRDA Level 3 skaters. Content tailored to all levels from rookie to advanced. Don't forget to send your coaches to learn world-class derby strategy and drills. More info at rosecityrollers.com/derbydays.
All right, Derby fans, ready to go for the second half here. Lining up is Curly Har and Lauren Much.
All right, we're back at it. We're going to jump right to it. You are watching Crime City, number 10 in WFTDA, out of Malmö, Sweden, play the second half against number 2 in the world, Rose City, Wheels of Justice. We are right back at it. I'm Mellons. I'm with Puns. Puns, take it away.
All right, we've got Curly Har moving to the front of the pack. Took a big hit from Alicia Nesbitt-Smith. And now going one-on-one against Polygamy Winehouse. Now getting some help from Tarantula. That is a very extended pack. And Curly Har is your lead jammer. And Lauren Much stuck in the back, working hard against Dykestalker. And kicks. Oh, Curly Har takes a huge hit from Tarantula. No pass, no penalty. 4 points in the air for Curly Har.
Lauren Much still pushing up against that front wall. We will lose below me to the penalty box for Crime City. You can see Polygamy Winehouse trying to give some support to Lauren Much. She pushes forward, bobs and jerks around, and she escapes the pack.
And Polygamy Winehouse coming in. She's going to call that. There we go. She picked up another 3. So, as you were saying, towards the end of the first half, Crime gets lead jam, gets another multi-pass jam.
Multi-pass.
Multi-pass.
I'm ashamed that I know the reference, and I'm double ashamed that you knew the reference on top of the reference.
Yes.
Okay. Bruce Willis.
Yes. Fifth Element.
Fifth Element.
Lilu Dallas, multi-pass.
Okay, back at it here. Bonnie Thunders jamming for Wheels of Justice Hannah Pay. Number 0347 for Crime City.
Simona's playing a little offense, now forced to bridge.
Bonnie does a little skip right on over Jute.
And Bonnie Thunders separating that defense out. Goldie blocks, bridging. And Bonnie Thunders finally through, beats Bricken. Mia Palau and company working up on the front against Hannah Pay.
Wow, that burst of speed manages to hang on even though Simonis kind of did one of those gliding hits that eventually pushes you out of bounds. 4 points there for Bonnie.
Good work by Bricken there to extend that as far as possible. Almost denied that 4th point. We'd like to thank Protos Insoles, providing performance, comfort, mobility, and pain relief for your feet.
Protalis are the best. Looking back at the first half from just the little hand stats I jotted down, I believe Crime only got lead 4 jams out of the 19 or so. But their points come whenever they get lead.
All right, and jamming for Crime for the first time, Les Roll, number 43. And we've got a high block against Kicks. Zip drive gets forced out and back by Dykestalker. Polygamy Winehouse coming to the back, trying to break up that Crime defense. Tarantula tries to get a track cut on Les Roll. Ref says no. Tenacity with the drawback. And Polygamy Winehouse going to the front. And there we go. Zip drive finds a lane.
Wow, that wasn't a lane, Puns. That was a moment in time and a wormhole through 2 fantastic blockers. And here, star pass right on over
to
Dykestalker.
And that's another 4-point pass for Rose. All right. We'd like to thank Left Turn Clothing, where fashion meets function.
Yeah, the Wheels of Justice new uniforms designed by Left Turn Clothing.
They are lovely new uniforms. I like them a lot.
I like that they match the track.
All right, Curly Har and Brute. Curly Har gets to the front. Only Simonis to beat.
Oh, wow. And she managed to come in right behind.
Oh, forearm penalty. And
her re-entry was such that if she didn't pick up that penalty, she could have still earned lead jammer, which is tough to do when you've been hit out.
Yes.
So Brute lead.
And Rose getting bodies on people. Brute slipping past on the outside. Lots of offense from Rose as they try to break up that Swedish wall. Oh,
okay.
Brute earning the name.
That's Missa Teneman, who saw a hit coming in from Belstar just a moment ago and did one of those cool jumps over it, and Belstar went under her, but just as she landed back on her skates, just took that huge impact from the little body of Brute. That is very, very strong.
Yes. Brute definitely lives up to her name.
Wow!
Oh, Curly
That was
Har.
cool. Like, contorted the body to be running vertically for a moment. 0 there, forcing the call off. And that's going to be a big 10 there for Rose City.
187 Killer Pads are the official gear sponsors of the Wheels of Justice. So it's something like 88 degrees in Portland. It's warmer than that in the hangar. We are sweating up here, but enjoying the roller derby. Down below, and I'm sure sweating far more than we are, Lauren Much and Hannah Pay are your jammers. And defensively, wow. Oh, hey, there we go. Hannah Pay is your lead jammer. Lauren Much not far behind. It is a foot race.
This is what happens a lot of times when Crime, oh my gosh, gets lead. Mucho's right behind him, and there's going to be a forearm, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big forearm.
You know, I think the initial contact was made with the meaty, delicious side of that very strong blocker, but it was finished there with the forearm for sure. For sure.
All right, Lauren Much scored. Oh, hey, little apex hop from Hannah Pay, and this is now an 8-8 jam. Crime is content to run this long. I mean, at this point with this score differential, they are still theoretically in the game, but yeah, I think running long, if nothing else for point differential, it doesn't hurt you. And I think they may just win this jam anyways, a little bit ahead. It's now 12-12, but Hannah Pay has the advantage here, and Hannah Pay calls it.
I think we might be approaching the part of the game where Crime City performs best. Right about the middle of the second half is when they so far these last two games that we've seen them play, they have kind of locked in. This is obviously a very challenging schedule for them.
Well,
good on them.
Yeah, coming in as the number 10 team, facing off the 2, the 3, and the 6. I mean, they're a little bit lower in the rankings, and I suppose it's not unexpected, the outcomes, but they've been playing super hard, and
everyone's just so happy to have them here, period.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's learning from everyone, hanging out. Here we have Pony Cat wearing the Star for Crime.
And Bonnie Thunder stuck in the back with the star for Rose. I almost said Gotham there because, habit.
Jutet doing a great job of just trying to pin Bonnie Thunders in.
And Mia Plow coming up, playing some offense. Bricken with the force out and the recycle. And Bonnie Thunders finds a lane. Not much of one, but it was enough.
It was just the moment that Bricken sort of shot out the front of the pack that there was the light of day that Bonnie followed through with.
Oh my. She took a huge hit, whipped around, leg flying in the air, somehow came down on one skate, inbounds, picks up 5 points. I do not even know how that happens.
You see Simonis doing a great hockey stop to try and stop Bricken here.
And Bricken up to the front, finally out on her knees, manages to get up and get going. And Bonnie Thunders comes out, scores 4 more points.
There's always a curse when the announcer starts talking about this, but the penalty box has been pretty light the last couple of jams.
Yes, you have now just ruined it for everyone.
We don't matter to anyone. It's okay. Rose City has 18 penalties so far accumulated this game. Crime City, 14.
All right. And 888. Woj is wearing the new 888 certified Sweat Saver helmet, providing ultimate certified protection and comfort. And in the midst of that, Zip Drive whips on out. Is your lead jammer. And Zip Drive back into the pack. Curly Har working in the back against Tenacity, Nesbitt Smith, and Tarantula. And they are just not letting Curly Har through.
Zip Drive trying to find some room on the inside, but that is just really locked down. OMG trying to take him out.
And Curly Har is through on the initial pass.
We're going to lose Below Me to the penalty box.
See Below Me, that is entirely Ophelia Mellon's fault. You would not be going to the penalty box if Mellons hadn't said something about the empty penalty box.
Totally.
Just saying.
Looking at the penalties here, I only see one skater that's accumulated 4 or more, and that is Tarantula. Mine and your favorite worth it penalty giver.
Yes.
Safe and in control, but doing the worth it thing, making it work. Okay.
And Brute just blasted through that defense. And we have a star pass to Bricken, who gets plowed down by Gallifrey.
Oh, man,
and
Simonis comes in with that Coke bottle backwards little lock in there.
Yeah, but
She
Simonis
looks
picked up a penalty.
dazed. But I don't know if Simonis went out of bounds. Oh, but they got a penalty. Got it.
Yes. So that allowed Bricken
Everyone's
free.
pretty happy about that in the house. That was fun.
That was. I enjoyed it. Killer Burger, 5 minutes to burgers, beer, and bottomless fries. Killer Burger. I had some Killer Burger last night for dinner, and so good.
So Crime City wisely calling a team timeout. We have 18 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in this game. Crime City stands at a little less than a 100-point deficit. What do you think?
I mean, at this point, with 18 minutes, 100-point deficit, the game is theoretically still within reach, but I mean, the way that all these teams have been playing defense, at this point, I don't see anything beyond Woj's Jammers just spending the next 18 minutes in the box that Crime claws out of this. But
I foresee Crime City maybe doubling their score as they build up a little momentum here, but ultimately Rose City is still going to be playing in the style of Rose City, which is a dominant, in-control style.
Yes. And, I mean, I don't think the penalty hurts Crime. You're losing a little bit of that momentum, so stopping that, try to get a little bit of your momentum back. I think it makes sense, and Bricken quickly went over to the OHSU medical bench. Not quite sure why, but is back in, so,
Just saying hi.
Maybe slap a Band-Aid on or something. All right, we've got Curly Har against Lauren Much. And Curly Har doing a little jammer defense, or maybe Lauren Much doing a little jammer defense. Definitely a jammer scrum at the back of that pack. And now both, Curly Har is through, is your lead jammer. Lauren Much stuck at the back, looks for the outside lane. Bricken closes that down. Not again, though. Lauren Much takes that outside lane.
Oosh. Curly Har gets on the taken out there by Tarantula at the bottom of your screen.
And Curly Har picked up one, and that was everything.
Looking at more amazing sanctioned derby that will be coming up in the near future. As far as we're concerned here in Portland, it's going to be a pretty quiet July. But come August, we are so excited to do what we do every year. We host Rat City, and we play a little A team, B team tournament here, so you can watch that. Rose versus Rat, August 18th, 2018, which happens to be the same weekend as the first 2018 WFTDA Continental Cup, which will be happening in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Lots of good derby that weekend.
And speaking of good derby, Bonnie Thunders. Great acceleration. Les Roll gets to the front of the pack. Simona shuts the door. And Bonnie Thunders spinning, twisting, turning on the inside, now to the outside. Bonnie Thunders really never does stop moving. There's always something.
She's a shark.
Yeah.
You have to get those that water through the gills.
And Bricken heading to the penalty box. Les Roll has the star off her helmet, but without Bricken there, no one to give that to. So that's 5 points for Bonnie Thunders. Bonnie coming around for scoring pass number 2. Sujit, nice stop on Bonnie. Only for a second or two.
Around the outside she goes. 5 more for 10 this jam.
Sujit, big hole, trying to break Les Roll free. Bricken now back on the track. Les Roll, only 2 to beat at the front, but those 2 are Mia Palau and Simonis. Oh, now joined by Gallifrey. Things just got unfortunate for Les Roll there. Gallifrey come back to play some offense. Les Roll finally out. Bonnie Thunders moving through the pack and calls that.
Well then, that was I would define that as a successful jam for the Rose City Rollers.
Yes.
I was just noticing what I was gesticulating towards as I see Tenacity on the sidelines aggressively warming up. No,
that's
Evangelical.
Evangelical.
Ooh! Let's see
Gonna have,
if we're going to see her debut.
I believe we may.
I take this as a commentary, if you will, if you won't, but Rose City does not feel inclined, they do not feel like responsible to skate everyone on the game day roster. So it is really cool, and they stretch that rotation.
Yes. And speaking of stretching, Hannah Pei is your lead jammer. Big hit as she flies past Zip Drive. Zip Drive trying to reboot in the back, but Kicks and company just not letting her through. Hannah Pei now at the feet of Alicia Nesbitt-Smith. Back up, working against Tarantula. Tarantula, big hit. And Tenacity, big hit. Alicia Nesbitt-Smith on the recycle because, hey, it's Portland. We love recycling. And Hannah Pei through, finally past Tarantula. That is a 5-point scoring pass.
Yeehaw!
And we have a star pass to Polygamy Winehouse. Now your jammer of record for Rose City. So I believe it's the second time that Polygamy Winehouse has taken the star on a pass.
Ooh, one hand down, that's all good. Tarantula very careful not to make contact while the jammer had a knee on the ground. That was great control.
Tarantula is a very smart player. She's been doing this for a while.
But sometimes when that shiny thing is just there, it's really hard to not get the shiny thing.
Yes. Polygamy Winehouse looking back saying, offense, anybody? Nope. Oh, Tarantula, big hit. And the recycle on Hannah Pei.
Well, they're in a unique position right now. They want to get every point that they can, but they can't afford to let Rose keep racking up 15-point jams.
Yes. All right. Polygamy Winehouse out. Hannah Pei calls that jam. And 3 more points in the air. That is an 8-point jam for Crime City. We'd like to thank OHSU Sports Medicine, proud to be the official medical care team of the Rose City Rollers.
I would like to share a really bad joke at the next break.
Oh, please do.
Okay.
I mean, I am Puns and Roses, so you know. All right, Curly Har, Lauren Much. Curly Har just gets cut off and died, courtesy of Gallifrey. Lauren Much is your lead jammer. Curly Har. Oh, Simona shut that door. And Simona's got a penalty for that. But I believe that would be one of your worth it penalties. Oh, Bellstar wanted a cut. Nope, doesn't get it. No pass, no penalty. Curly Har is out. Lauren Much just going to stand there and call it right at the last second.
Just looking back at my little hand stats here, in the last 6 jams, Rose City has outscored Crime 40 points to 5 points, thus extending their lead to what it is. When we came into this second period, the score was 57 to 117. Now we see Crime City 82 to 192. And now I'd like to provide you with your KC Bomber joke of the game.
Oh boy.
And that's going to be, what do you get when you cross a dyslexic, an insomniac, and an agnostic? Someone who lays awake at night wondering if there is a dog.
Oh my.
Yeah. Don't blame me. Pony Cat wearing the star here for Crime City up against Bonnie Thunders.
Bonnie Thunders struggling against that Crime defense at the back of the pack. Almost had an out, then ran into the blocker wall that's containing Pony Cat. And Tarantula heading to the box on penalty number 5. Oh, Bonnie, almost. All right, no pass, no penalty on Bonnie Thunders. Lead jam is now Pony
Oh my
Cat
God. Didn't
and Bonnie
see that
Thunders.
coming, but such control, gets low, knows her center of gravity. Comes around the outside, drops that shoulder, takes a ref out.
And picks up 2 points.
I think hitting a ref gets you additional points as long as no one gets hurt.
I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. I think the refs would be
They're
very
playing
unhappy.
a different game than I did.
Yes.
How did the hipster burn his mouth?
How?
Well, he ate the pizza before it was cool. He or she, they.
That's
Why does
horrible.
it say he? I mean, I'm not reading
I
from
don't
the
know.
internet.
Just going around Portland, I think he is usually the safer bet. Just saying.
We'll go with they.
All right. Okay, we have got Curly Har and Brute. And Brute getting recycled by Sujit. Curly Har is through past Bellstar. And Brute finds the outside line, is free. Curly Har hits the back of the pack. Past Mia Palau, past Tarantula. And, oh, Sujit, big hit on Brute. All right, both jammers on scoring passes. Both jammers stuck deep in the defense. Bellstar coming up, trying to blow up that Crime offense or defense. And backing up. Goldie Blocks trying to free her jammer. The jammers have now traded position. Brute now at the back. Curly Har at the front. Now Curly Har. Oh, almost gets past Tarantula, but Tarantula just bites down on that.
Comes up here, very strong approach, right in front of that Wheels of Justice bench. Curly Har. Oh, here comes Brute, spinning out that top. 4 more points.
Yeah, I suspect Curly Har is going to call it, and Curly Har does. All right, they give Curly Har 5.
I mentioned the WFTDA Continental Cup earlier, so this is our new setup in the WFTDA. We're going to have 3 different Continental Cups, and these are to serve our member leagues that don't quite make the cut for D1 and D2. So there's a North America East Cup, and that's going to be in Michigan, August 17th through 19th. There's going to be a North America West Cup, and that's August 24th to 26th in Omaha, Nebraska. Doesn't seem very west to me. And a European Cup, October 27th through 28th in Birmingham, UK. So that, I mean, what better way to watch the diverse world of roller derby? So we're at a timeout here? What kind of timeout we got? An official timeout?
That looks like an official
That's
timeout.
a taco timeout is what that is.
Poor K, no. I figure at some point they're going to have to add an Asian Oceania Cup or something like that, because
Why are 2 of them in the U.S.?
at this point,
No.
there's so many really good teams still on the North American continent, but I mean, Europe obviously has exploded in terms of the quality and number of derby teams, and I mean, the Australians are quickly getting loaded. You know, we're seeing teams growing in Korea and Japan. Oh, hey, there we go. Zip drive is your lead jammer.
Conservative.
Recycled back.
Right now, Rose City's got the lock in. Right now, they are working on their points differentials, and they are proving to themselves what they're capable of. It's really, really heartening to see Zip Drive not only playing well, but performing well, not getting those penalties, playing conservatively. She's going to build a lot of trust with her team and her blockers.
Yes.
Okay, so the crowd, you might notice, getting a little pumped up. I am honored to welcome the debut of Evangelical on the Wheels of Justice track. First chartered game for Evangelical. Amazing, one of, if not the top jammer in the home team league of Rose City, which if you don't know about Rose City's home season, you're going to need to stay tuned every season. So here comes Evangelical. She is jamming against Ponycat. 3-2-1, getting the penalty here. Yep.
All right.
Ponycat headed to the penalty box. Evangelical has every opportunity to make a big impression here.
And Gallifrey trying to open a hole for Evangelical. Simonis as well.
Just trying to follow through. Evangelical
There we go.
has the speed and does get forced out. They go out of bounds. No pass, no penalty.
And that is a lead jam for Evangelical.
Because she had already passed that skater legally previous.
Yes. And Evangelical gets to the front of the pack. Goldie blocks and company, slowing her down. And Ponycat out of the box.
Penalty now being called. That's, what is that, a clockwise, a directional block?
Yes, on Sujit.
So Evangelical's picked up lead.
And Morgan Levy coming in, trying to blow up that Crime defense. Only 2 skaters, now back to 3. And all right, we've got another penalty on Ponycat. And
you know what? I'm just going to call this, I would call this a successful jam for Evangelical. You got lead and you don't get a penalty and the other team doesn't score points, you're hitting 3 out of 4 of your goals here. And
yes.
Now she has set up the next jammer for success because Ponycat has returned to the penalty box. Bonnie Thunders is on the line. Let's see who's wearing the pivot stripe here for Crime City.
Dykstalker.
Almost a guaranteed star pass here.
Yes. And here goes Bonnie Thunders. Portland playing a passive defense. Now here they come. The full defense. Believe me, Winehouse leading the charge. They get bodies on bodies. Bonnie Thunders is through, is your lead jammer. Harassment at the back. Alicia Nesbitt-Smith on the long drawback on Sujit coming out of the box. Bonnie Thunders at the front. 5 points in the air. Ponycat is out, engaged with Tenacity and Alicia Nesbitt-Smith.
How did that happen?
Bonnie just accelerated, jumped, and yeah, that's just what.
It's like the back corner wheel made contact with the rope, but still jumped over it.
I'm not sure how Bonnie just did like that flip on her ankles. Mine would have broken. Ponycat with the star off, looking for Dykstalker. Dykstalker coming up. Dykstalker grabs that. Believe me, Winehouse sees it but cannot stop Dykstalker. Dykstalker is out. Bonnie Thunders coming around for one more scoring pass. Gets that additional couple of points, falls down, calls it off on the ground. And 22 points for Bonnie Thunders. I believe that is the highest points of the jam or the bout. And we'd like to thank Tonka.com, the largest selection of new and used autos in the Pacific Northwest. Only a click away, Tonka.com.
Here we are, Curly Har in the rear of the pack, sitting right behind Morgan Levy, having an outstanding weekend. Bellstar, and they are being held down there by Gallifrey.
Simonis blowing up that defensive wall. And below me, and Gallifrey. Oh, no, Gallifrey heading to the box. Below me, off the track. I'm not sure what the deal is with below me. I think below me just got the wind knocked out of her.
Yeah.
WSL Leadership Coaching, the official secret weapon of the Wheels of Justice. WorkSportLife.com. See how they can help your team. All right, under 2 minutes left. Brute and Hannah Pay. This could be the last jam. We will see. Hannah Pay is out, is your lead jammer. Brute just hitting the front of that pack hard. Hannah Pay comes in, hits the back of Tarantula.
Just a minute 14 left on this game clock. Everyone's still really excited to see Crime City firing on all cylinders here. 88 points, Hannah Pay lead.
I mean, it would certainly be a victory for Crime City to get to triple digits. Dice Docker coming up, trying to break Hannah Pay out.
What do we got here? Cut track penalty now being assessed there. That's on kicks.
Oh, Hannah Pay went for the apex jump, and Alicia Nesbitt-Smith and Tarantula just shut that down. They made her pay for that. And Gallifrey trying to break up that front wall. Brute finally out. Brute back into the pack. Hannah Pay still running this.
Why not?
13 seconds left in the period. And the coach is saying call it. Coach is saying call it. Hannah Pay is not listening to the coaches. Does she call it? Call it. She does not call it in time.
I call that gridiron.
Yeah.
But, you know,
they wanted one more jam.
We don't condone actively disagreeing with your coaches, but we all have our reasons for doing things.
She just may not have heard. She may have just been too focused.
Maybe.
In.
I mean, you're in desperate last breaths of your third game of the weekend. I do see Alicia, captain Woj, and head coach, defensive destroyer in the center.
Hopefully not calling an official review, because really?
Yeah, that might border on No.
Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Let's just assume we're all going to learn something from this, and we will stay tuned, find out what's going on.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, something that Rose believes in is playing, to their full abilities. That's how they respect their opponent, and we'll see what they come up with here. Alicia sure knows what it's like to be on a really good team from a faraway place. Alicia Nesbitt-Smith coming from New Zealand, of course. Founding member of Pirate City. While we wait to hear from our head ref, just to kind of wrap things up, you have been watching Hometown Throwdown 2018. This is the dramatic conclusion of the last game of the weekend. Last night was crazy, Puns.
Last night was bonkers. If you did not catch the
Rose Gotham game.
Gotham game.
It's like you've been announcing for 3 days.
Yeah.
It was.
Go on YouTube and check that out. WFTDA.tv. However you want to do it. That was just heart-stopping, amazing derby.
I made some notes sitting at a bar after the game because I don't know, maybe I need to write something about that game and how it felt to be in here. That was the roller derby game we all wish we could have the opportunity to see, especially in person. There was a little bit of everything that game. Big hits, great one-on-one blocking that extended to 19 point, whatever feet. Amazing jammer line gymnastics. A little bit of everything. Are we going to hear from our officials?
Maybe. I haven't seen about that good since London, Montreal in the Baltimore playoffs back when it was the Eastern Divisional playoffs. Man.
Thinking about that game, obviously there's some obvious star jammers that made differences for both teams, but I want to call out 2 blockers from each team that I think made a real difference. On the Wheels of Justice, I think Tenacity, as a newcomer, made a big impact, and Tarantula, as an old-timer on the team, them together was something really magical to see. And then from Gotham, my derby crush of the weekend is number 521, Fisher. I tend to really gravitate towards those strong, smaller, stockier skaters. Yeah, 521. Oh, that's Angel City. God dang it. Well, Fisher, you're rad. Let's pay attention to the referees here.
Rose City challenged the Crime City points at the end of the jam. Officials confirmed that there was a lap point, so the score will stand.
Okay, so the score stands. They were looking for an additional point. My apologies. Fisher is on Angel City, not on Gotham. So my favorite blocker from Gotham then is Roxy Dallas, the captain. She's so cool. So anyway, you can hopefully rewind and watch that game from last night. You have just witnessed Rose City showing their dominance over Crime City, 93-231. We saw some really exciting things. We saw the debut of a brand new jammer for Rose City, and Evangelical. And it's been such an honor to host this tournament. We get to close it out, Puns.
Yes, we do, Melons. It's been great.
Yeah, you got to see Rose City. You got to see Crime City all the way from Sweden. We saw Gotham from New York, and we saw Angel City from LA. All have a wonderful, cooperative, beautiful weekend here in Portland, Oregon.
4 of the top 10 teams on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
For a weekend of amazing roller derby.
I want to give a big thank you to Blaze Streaming Media and the WFTDA production team for streaming us live on WFTDA.tv and wherever you're watching your local games. I'm signing out on behalf of the Rose City Rollers. I'm with Puns and Roses. I'm Ophelia Mellons. Thank you so much for joining us. Be good to each other and make the world a better place.
Derby Days, a boot camp of
All right, everybody, it has been my absolute pleasure.
Facilitate that aggressive offense. Jammer skills that can best the toughest of walls. All from the world's best derby athletes. Open to and inclusive of all genders. New this year, we're welcoming JRDA Level 3 skaters. Content tailored to all levels from rookie to advanced. Don't forget to send your coaches to learn world-class derby strategy and drills. More info at rosecityrollers.com/derbydays.